Well, hello, good morning and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. And, Christmas is coming, isn't it? The geese are getting fat. I tripped over a couple on the way in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hanging out tonight, quite literally, because we have the return of the teeter inversion table. That was the end of it. And also the feet of my guest tonight, Kelly Carey, whom you will meet shortly. The teeter table is an inversion table. If you're familiar with inversion therapy, this is like the Rolls-Royce of inversion tables. If you're not familiar with inversion therapy, then stay tuned because you will be very, very soon. We've got lots of great stuff coming up for you tonight. I've got my gym gear on. That's about the extent of it because I'm too heavy to go on any of the equipment we're offering tonight. But it was quite an effort getting the sweatpants on, so I feel like I've done something. Also in the show tonight, we have a show special. In fact, the inversion table is a show special, which means the price is only good till the end of the show. Well, actually, we also incorporate our ITV1 +1 and STV +1, so you've got till about 4:30 a.m. and then the prices go back up. This is from Renfo. It's an AI bike. AI. We'll explain what that... Well, obviously, it stands for artificial intelligence. But we will explain why the artificial intelligence is in the title in the course of the show. It's a great price. It's normally £499.99. We've got £100 off. And it is also on PayPal Pay in 3, but that price is only until 4:30 a.m. So basically, you can use your smart device to connect to an app which takes you through exercises and all kinds of other really good stuff. And there is, because it is a bike as well, it's a great way to get great exercise. You've got 32 automatic resistance levels and loads of other good stuff that was on that graphic that we will cover in detail when we get to it a little bit later in the show. But look at this. This is just a little bit of video of one of the functions of this superb and very easy to use and easy to follow app. We've also got coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we have something I take every day religiously. Yes, I put on my wimple and my cassocks. And is it cassocks? Just one cassock, I presume. OK, I'm talking nonsense now. Sorry, we had our Christmas party last night. I think the wine hasn't worn off yet. Yeah, this is liquid collagen. It is amazing stuff. Your body depletes collagen really from sort of your 20s onwards, and it just literally starts accelerating throughout the course of your life. And collagen is really the building, or one of the building blocks, one of the foundations of things like skin and hair and nails. So this, if you take it every single day, as I do, as I said, religiously, it can help to alleviate aches and pains in your muscles and joints. It's got 100% natural flavouring. It is... what was I going to say? It's sort of ideal, actually, if you're on a sort of low-carb diet because there's no sugar in it. It's actually sweetened by stevia, I believe. Can help to strengthen your hair and nails, give you firmer skin. And it's also, because this is actually... It's fish collagen, essentially. It's absorbed very, very... I can't think of the fancy name for fish.
Marine.
Marine, that's the one. Thanks. It's marine collagen, so because the molecules are smaller than things like bovine collagen, it's absorbed a lot quicker into your body and starts getting to work right away. And you've got hyaluronic acid in there as well. More about that later as well. We've got, as I say, a jam-packed show for you. And this is really, really surreal. Can I just... Let me paint the picture for you. I feel like I'm going to do a magic trick. It's the amazing levitating lady. It's Kelly Carey, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. How are you?
Rob,
my lovely assistant. Yeah.
I will go into full decompression now because before, when I did it, my feet were pretty much in front of your face.
It was very amusing, though. I think we all enjoyed that part of the show, didn't we? So what are you doing here, Kelly, other than obviously hanging around?
You do wonder what I'm doing. Why am I hanging by my ankles?
Well, that's the question I was about to ask you. Yes.
But what I'm doing is I'm giving my body a break. You know, all day we've got pressure loading our body, haven't we?
Gravity.
Gravity. That's exactly it. So what I'm doing is using gravity to its best advantage.
Yeah.
And allowing the muscles and the discs and my body to just temporarily release that pressure. And this is one of the best ways to do it. You know, we can stretch our body in traditional manners, but you are never going to stretch it as well as you can by using a teeter inversion table. Not only that, what's happening is I'm rehydrating the discs as well, and I'm allowing the body to come back into natural alignment. While I'm
it's sort
just
of inside and out,
here.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because it's not just gravity, but also there's atmospheric pressure around us, which is at sort of sea level. It's about a ton of pressure around us at all times. Now,
That's constantly acting on the body.
Yeah, but I mean, the capillaries in our body, I mean, we're designed to obviously withstand it, but it is, as you say, they say over time everything heads south. This is making sure that everything heads north for a bit.
This is it. This is a way to give the body a break, isn't it? To stop loading the body and actually allow it to relax, allow those muscles to unwind, allow the body to realign temporarily, allow the discs to rehydrate, and just to, you know, there's no better word than to say just for a short period of time to take the pressure off the spine.
If you want to do something interesting, and I've done this, if when you wake up in the morning you can be faffed, measure how tall you are, and then at the end of the day, measure how much you've shrunk, because you will have done by it'll vary.
It's about an inch and a half. No, well, not inch and a half, about a centimetre and a half, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it will, I suppose, vary from person to person, but that literally standing, even sitting, because sitting's even worse than standing. People think, oh, I'm sitting down, I'm all right.
Take a load off.
It's worse. It's actually worse than lying. Lying down is still not perfect. This is the only way, really, you get true decompression. But once you've measured yourself at the end of the day, and you can see that you've lost, I don't know, a centimetre and a half or something, hop on to the teeter, and after, you know, 10, 15 minutes on here, measure yourself again, and you'll see that it should have restored your height, basically.
Well, this is it. Why I'm doing this. This is one of the only ways that you can really, truly, apart from when you get into bed and go to sleep, rehydrate those discs. Because what we've got to do is allow that fluid to go back into the discs and allow them to become cushioned again. And this is the easiest way. You know, we're not asking you to be on here for 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day.
No.
1 to 3 minutes a day. Maybe once or twice a day, because it's all about frequency rather than duration. Timing. But it's a simple and easy way. You know, it's easy to set up, it's easy to get on it, it's easy to start using it. But when you come off it, you feel looser, you feel straighter, your body just feels lighter. You know, floor manager David was on it earlier, and it's the first time he'd used it. Right. And he said he just felt how incredibly light his body felt afterwards.
By the way, I've moved around here because I realised while you were talking to me, all we were seeing was the back of your head.
Oh.
So, and look, now
a good look.
Now you can see the front. It's much better. Well, I'm not saying the back's bad, but the front's better, isn't it? Wouldn't you agree? Anyway, what not a lot of people know this. Actually, some people may know this, but I've had in my lifetime 2 inversion tables from teeter. And the only reason I don't have one now is because I don't have the space at home, but mainly because also I'm a bit too heavy to use it. So what is the weight limit?
So it's 136 kilograms, which is about 21.4 stone.
21.4 stone. So I'm almost there. So hopefully, come the new year, I don't think I'll be there before Christmas. I literally used to use one of these every single day. And when I said at the start of the show that this is like the Rolls-Royce of inversion tables, it really is. I mean, the safety on this is, because if you're thinking about hanging upside down, all that kind of thing, the safety is supreme, isn't it?
When it comes to teeter are the industry leader. They're the gold standard of kind of inversion tables. And that's why they're FDA registered as a medical device. Also,
it's an American organisation.
Yes,
the Food and
also,
Drug
another
Administration.
American organisation is the Underwriters Laboratories.
Right.
That's a third party that tests products for safety and performance standards. Now, this is the only inversion table that has that that's underwritten by the underwriters' laboratories.
Because didn't they sort of tested it to a point where other tables had given up the ghost?
10 times stronger than other tables. So what they did, the initial test that they did was up to 30,000 rotations. So we're talking rotations as going upside down, inverting fully and coming back to the start position. So that's one rotation. So they tested it to 30,000. Then they thought, OK, 30,000, fine. Let's take it to 40,000. Then they realised, look, we're going to keep going. We're never going to get to a finish point here because of the fact that you're using such premium grade high steel. Remember Roger Teeter, who developed this device?
Very well. I knew him well.
Was, you know, late. He passed away a couple of years ago, but he was an aircraft engineer. So the precision and the you know, the detail that he took from that industry, he put into this. But to your point, when you compare it, when you compared it to other competitors, and I think they tested 5 other competitor models, they failed at 4,000 rotations. 4,000 rotations.
You don't want this to fail ever, do you? When
it's
you're
almost
on it?
like, you know, it's the difference between, you know, using high steel, high-grade steel, and a metal coat hanger, where over time it starts to bend, it starts to weaken. You're not going to get that with this.
So in the aircraft industry, there's, I don't know if it's just in the aircraft industry, but there's a thing called Six Sigma. Have you ever heard of this?
I have.
So Six Sigma is a testing standard, so that basically the idea is that the equipment on an aircraft is tested to fail at such an astronomically sort of high rate that it would never ever in real use case get anywhere close to reaching it. So even though this is rated to 21.4 stone, and I'm not going to recommend that you, if you are above that weight, that you get on it. If you're 21.5, I'd say that's a judgment call. But it's probably been tested to double that. I mean, again, stick to the guidelines because they're there for a reason.
Absolutely.
But the point,
And from a height point of view, it's 4'8" to 6'6".
And it's adjustable, isn't it?
And it's totally adjustable. You can see there that we've got the height adjustment. I'll talk you through it in a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Because really, it's 3 steps to getting on here and start using it. If you're somebody that has been having maybe a few tweaks, been feeling that, you know, the body is a bit out of alignment, feeling the pressure in your back, maybe this could be the thing that temporarily puts you back in alignment and takes that pressure off the spine.
It's also incredibly relaxing. I used to... By the way, just let me back up a step. You'll notice there's a strap at the bottom here. So Kelly has restricted how far she can go back. So even at this angle, even at sort of 30 degrees, you're starting to see benefits. So, but you can also invert fully, so you are completely upside down. Now, so if you've got youngsters in the family who are very sort of fit and agile and athletic and that sort of thing, you can do the world's hardest sit-up on this thing, fully inverted. It's great for sort of loosening up and stretching before you go to the gym or go for a run or whatever it is. And also then when you come back as well, just to sort of help limber up and what have you, post-exercise. So it can be used as a really serious piece of exercise equipment. But for everybody else, and really there is no age limit, is there? I mean, check with your doctor. We always say check with your doctor first. And they'll know very well what inversion tables are, won't they?
Yeah, definitely. You know, these have been around over 4 decades. They're not something that's just come to market. And the reason they've, you know, teeter inversion tables have kind of lasted and stood the test of time is because so many, 3 million people have used teeter tables. 3 million people have seen the benefits that I'm seeing right now, which is the fact that, you know, when I first started, my arms were probably about here. Now, because I am relaxing, because I'm removing the tension, and because they're starting to stretch out, chest, across the chest, in the shoulders, hip flexors.
Sorry, just trying to get out of the way.
Hips, all of knee joints, ankle joints, everything is creating space, but also it's within the vertebrae. I can feel how that space is being created, taking pressure off the discs as well.
You'll also notice, I'm going to come here, you've got handles, nice big handles on it, and here and here. It's a fulcrum. Essentially, what you're doing is you're placing your centre of gravity on the pivot point, and that's what you do that by adjusting the height. So you can rock backwards and forwards.
You can. We can oscillate quite
and oscillate
easy.
too. You like a good oscillate, don't you, Colour?
I do indeed.
Yeah.
But what we're doing is just controlling the movement with our arms. So as you just said, being able to change the weight distribution by taking the arms overhead, all of a sudden this side of my body is much heavier. When I take my arm forward, then all of a sudden and return it to the position, then all of a sudden the weight is in the bottom of my legs. So it's just with these slight movements,
and
we can
I
then
assure
start
you to operate, to control it, and really I assure you that once you've been using this for a little while, you'll be conducting an orchestra, because you'll get so used to just sort of unconsciously to all the little micro movements in your arms and what have you, to get it to do what you want it to do. But the fact is that it's, if you set the strap to begin, then there's never ever an issue. There's never a situation where you're accidentally going to go all the way upside down, or you're going to fall backwards too quickly, or
no,
something
not at all.
like that.
This is the whole reason they've got that in place, because there is, there's a sweet spot, and that is that 60 degrees, and that's where you're getting those benefits of full decompression. All of a sudden, you feel taller, you feel lighter, you feel that stretch in the body, you feel that there's not that loading on the spine. So and as you said, we're encouraging gravity to work
for us
rather than against us.
I used to love the fact, I mean, I'd do it in the mornings often, especially if I was tired from the night before, because, I'd get this lovely sort
You're
of...
increasing the blood flow
Yeah,
to
blood
the brain.
flow, this lovely sort of wash of fresh blood going into the brain and getting you go. I always used to think of it as my sort of an equivalent to my morning coffee.
This is it. It's that natural boost of kind of caffeine boost, isn't it? But what I would say is, if you are somebody that has any issues with pressure in their eyes, or maybe any heart conditions, obviously seek advice.
And obviously if you're pregnant and things like that, So, if you're not sure, just have a chat with your doctor, and they may very well already know about specifically the teeter inversion table, because it is, as you said, sort of kind of world famous, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. The first time I ever saw this was about 15 years ago in a gym. And I remember going into a gym and thinking, what's that? What do you do with that? And initially, you can look at it and think, it's a little bit scary. You're hanging by your ankles. But as hopefully we've just explained, these are the number one for a reason. And it's because of the fact that the rigorous testing that goes into teeter tables. People normally own one for life. They generally don't upgrade because, yes, there might be some features that are slightly different. They might have put maybe the acupressure nodes or the lumbar.
I had the original one for probably 10 years. And it's only, and when I moved, I gave it away because I didn't have room for it in the van, kind of thing. And then actually I got another one from Roger, and I've literally for the best part of 15, maybe 20 years, I used an inversion table.
And that's amazing, isn't it? That you saw the benefits, you felt how much better you felt from it, whether it was to do with back issues, whether it was to do with the fact that you just liked how your body felt and you were using it as preventative.
Absolutely. Well, if you think about, you see the little old ladies or little old guys walking down the street, when with their sort of hunched backs and things like that. That can be an effect of gravity over time,
it's ageing, it's gravity. It could be that discs have decompressed or degenerated because we've been putting too much pressure on there. It could be that we've lost muscular strength. Gravity's having its pull on us, and there are so many reasons. But if we can keep ourselves in that lovely upright position, if we can keep that spinal health by doing something that's so simple for 2 or 3 minutes a day, hanging upside down, getting those amazing benefits, like you said, that flush of circulation and blood flow.
I'll be honest with you, when I first started presenting this at the original shopping channel, and when it launched, nobody got it. Nobody, what the heck is this? And I was one of them, and I thought. And it looked very different in those days. Same principle, but sort of an initial design.
They've evolved so much.
They really have. They look like spaceships now. And then I tried it, and I was like, "Oh, blimey, this is really." I can't even describe it. You have to feel it to understand it. And once I'd been on it once, I was like, yeah, I'm getting one of these. And then I became the regular presenter for that particular product because I just loved it so much. And I really do believe you will too. And also, price-wise, we're £200 off. Only 7.95 P&P, considering, look at the size of this thing, you know, and it's a substantial piece of equipment. It's also on PayPal Pay in 3, £102.65 per month if you want to spread the cost interest-free. But look at the prices elsewhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is the FitSpine X3. If you go to Natural Living, it's 552. At Back Care online, it's 479.99. Robert Dyer's 464.99. 499 at Think Sport and at healthcare.co.uk. So we are an absolute market-beating price as far as we're aware, unless there's someone that's got it at a better price that we haven't found, but we haven't found it. It's got a 5-year warranty. This has been going since 1981. So actually, I started using these probably in about 1994, maybe 95. So that just to give you an idea of how long this has been around, tried and tested and built to not just design but manufacturing quality standards that far exceed almost anything you'd ever come across with almost any other product. It's that good, it really is. So you are buying it for life, you're not just buying it for Christmas, so to speak. And I believe once you try it once and you get used to it, you will absolutely love it. And you know, Roger, we both knew Roger. I've known Roger since, as I say, since the mid-90s. And he was a gentleman of a certain age.
He was phenomenal, wasn't he?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Age, this just proves that age is just a number. Here is a little video with Roger talking about the inversion table.
Hi, I'm Roger Teeter. My wife and I started the company that builds the teeter inversion table in 1981. Use of the teeter is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year. Perfect because it gets rid of stress, takes the joint pain away, improves flexibility, corrects posture, and gets you ready to do the things you really want to do in the new year, like sports, working out, or like in my case, keep up with the grandkids. Adjust it for your height. Don't forget, put the safety strap on that stops it at an angle you're comfortable with. Now, the table will not go any further than that. Step in, clamp your ankles, and then lean back and relax. Oh, no workout. This is all gain, no pain. Because you aren't doing anything, gravity is doing the whole workout for you, elongating your body, taking the pressure off those sore joints, improving flexibility. You know, you can mobilize your body a little bit to encourage it to elongate. It will elongate 1, even 2 inches, you know, and it just feels so good to get rid of the stress and be able to start an active new lifestyle. You've got to be curious what inversion could do for you. You know what gravity's doing to you. It's stealing your body shape, it's stealing your flexibility, it's stealing your height, it's stealing your posture, and it's stealing your ability to be active. This is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year in 1 minute while you kick back and enjoy a great stretch.
That man was incredible. I mean, the muscular nature of his body in his 80s was just extraordinary. And he was riding bikes and jumping and skipping and running and crikey knows what else.
He was so physically active, wasn't it? And he put, if you think where he started, he didn't start using an inversion table. He started using gravity boots that were locked into a frame.
Well, that's where this has grown
how he was
from,
first
really.
introduced, and he's just created something that is more accessible for us all now.
By the way, can I just say, if we're sort of doing ourselves, I suppose, a disservice by me saying this, but so on this you have ankle clamps, but when you do get to a point, if like me, you get to a point where you are using this several times a day, every single day, as many people do end up doing that, it becomes quite addictive. you can get a conversion kit and you can get gravity boots, which have a much sort of more snug fit around your ankles and things like that. But I think they're on the teeter website. But just to say that there are upgrades to this if you wanted them, right?
Yeah, they are.
So listen, Kelly, what we're going to do, because ITV and STV are joining us in, I don't know, about 20 minutes' time. So we're gonna pause for a moment and allow our lovely Freeview audience to see a little bit more information about the collagen drink, which, again, something I use every single day for good reason. Find out why.
Diane joins us. Now, your background is beauty. You were a beauty therapist for a number of years, and you still are, really.
Absolutely. So, background, yes, all about beauty, anything to do with skin and health and how we can treat the body and really look after the largest living organ. I mean, simple as.
Liquid collagen has blown me away.
Liquid collagen is, now we originally started to develop this just for skin, and then we had the benefits of it's amazing for not only skin, but for hair, for nails, and for joints. So if you think about collagen, we know over 70% of the body, of the skin, is made up of collagen, but over 30% of the protein in the body is collagen.
Gosh.
And we deplete that year after year after year.
So that can be your joints, your ligaments.
Your joints, your ligaments, your tendons. Collagen is the building block of everything within the body.
And this is the depletion we're talking about.
Yeah, and we see ourselves as we age, but we feel as we age as well, don't we?
And it might be something as simple as, you know, a roll over in bed isn't just a quick flip, or a get up from the couch isn't as easy as what it used to be. You go for a walk and you feel a bit stiffer, or you exercise and it takes you more than a couple of days to recover. So this collagen is great because it literally, you are going to take one shot per day for 10,000 milligrams of collagen.
Now that's important, the dosage,
That's huge, absolutely. So really, there's lots of other collagen brands out there. Some of them might be 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. This is 10,000 milligrams, and it's only one shot. Wow. That's the other beauty. And it's in a liquid formulation.
And it tastes great.
And it tastes great.
It tastes great. I've got mine in my fridge. It tastes amazing. Every morning my body wants it.
Absolutely. And when you don't take it, that's when you know, don't you?
Isn't it amazing?
I find I'm more tired. So, out and about a lot. If I miss a day or two, it's amazing how I notice my energy levels start to decline. But when I take it regularly, every day, one of these bottles will last you 3 weeks, 20 days, and a 25ml shot each and every day.
Okay.
But for me, it's part of my morning routine. Wake up, open the fridge, out comes the milk for the coffee, out comes the collagen's taken, the kettle's on, it goes back, and I'm done. And it's the simplicity of it that is beautiful.
It is that super boost. Now, when it comes to advanced liquid collagen, it is about all those results. The flavour is gorgeous, but it's going to help with things like skin, hair, nails. There's so many benefits.
Absolutely. And this is the way, topically, we're great at sort of working on the face area, maybe the hands, but we're not as great with the body skin, okay? This treats literally from the top of your head to the tips of your toes in one 25ml shot.
Because we notice the difference under our arms, don't we, as we age? our legs at top of your knees.
Exactly.
What goes on?
The texture changes, the skin changes. You're losing those fatty acids. The collagen is depleting. So this is a super simplistic way. Take one shot each and every day. And it's the 25ml. That's what gets me. It's that one little baby shot. The measuring cap comes literally as your measure. So the cap comes, it's included. Take one of those, but you are treating from up here down to the base of your tippy toes.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Beauty from inside out, but it's not just about your skin and your hair and your nails, it is about your joints as well. I've got mum onto this. She's in her 80s. Her next birthday, she's 86. It's never too late, is it, to make that difference?
It's never too late. I have a neighbour of mine who calls it his magic potion. Joe is 86, and he's like, I've run out of the magic stuff, Diane. Where is it? And his wife, Margaret, she's about 82. Margaret comes along. You got any magic potion? I've got magic potion for you. But I think it's that whole, If you find that you are feeling a little bit more stiff, if you just don't feel that you've got the energy you used to have, or maybe you're trying to recover from an operation, you know, sometimes, or you've been on like meds for lots of years, and sometimes your body just needs that boost. This is a great way, a healthy way, because it's packed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, so they're the most prolific and abundant in the body naturally. It's also got the gorgeous hyaluronic acid in there. Now, we love that for skin, but we also love it for joint mobility and motion. We've then got things like vitamin C. We've got B4, B5, B7,
Oh, wow.
B6, B12. It is absolutely packed.
They're all vitamins we hear
All
constantly
vitamins.
our bodies should have, aren't they?
Totally. So all the vitamins are packed in here. We need obviously the vitamin C to help it get all around the system. But we've then got things like biotin. So with your hair, if you're struggling with fine hair, lots of breakage, perfect. If your nails feel really, really weak, I mean, I've laughed now, my nail girl is like, not again. Every 2 weeks she's like, do they need cutting
Why are
again?
they growing so quick?
Because they're growing so quickly, and she's literally like, no gel on you, you can only have polish these days, because it's just like, it's a super thickness. So it really is about, it's about strength, it's about sort of helping to repair and rebuild what's natural in the system through one single shot a day.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, once you start taking this, when we are back live, by the way, that was just our little video. Look at that, you see? Look, great minds think alike. It's just brilliant. I find it's not... You get used to what it's like when you take it, but then when you stop taking it for a day or two, you suddenly go, oh, blimey, God, you know...
It's like you start to feel like an old gate, don't you? Where
Excuse
you're
me?
squeaking.
Oh, I see.
Where
Right,
you need oiled, is what I was trying to say.
I was pretty well oiled last night, actually, if I'm being honest.
You did your bit.
It was
did
Christmas
you?
party. And I volunteered to come back up the next day and present a television show.
You were very
What
good.
was I thinking? I took one for the team, that's what that was. Yeah, that's my producer just said. Right, so let's come back to the teeter. If you have any questions, of course, we are live. So if you want to email studio@shopontv.co.uk, then Kelly or I or somebody will answer
Between us, we'll answer questions.
Yes, it will be a collective answering of your questions. Hello, TikTok. How are you? Hi. So TikTok's over there. Let's TikTok just wanders into the building. If you want to go to Shop on TV Live on TikTok, you'll see behind the scenes, floor manager Dave is currently operating TikTok right now. There he is. Hello, Dave. If you're watching on telly, you won't know what we're talking about. But when you go to Shop on TV Live... Right, so if... I'm trying to think who this is for. I think it's for absolutely anyone from... Is there a minimum age recommendation?
Well, I would always say that this is probably teenagers, but obviously making sure that they're supervised when they're on here. But you know, the minute I brought one into my home, my kids wanted, both are teenagers, and both of them wanted to be on here.
Sure.
So I would say kind of 14 upwards.
Sure,
but
sure.
if you are looking for something that can, as we said, take the pressure off the body. This is an easy and a short way, and something that doesn't take any thinking. You know, you've not got to think about a million different stretches in order to stretch out the body.
Right.
All you've got to do is literally turn yourself upside down, and it's going to stretch your body out for
But also,
you.
you know, the thing is that if we're achy, if we've got aches and pains, like if I've done a hard workout at the gym back in the days when I was going, and I will again, I'd come back and go, what's the first thing I'd do? I'd sit down. And then if it came to it, I'd even stretch out on the sofa and I'd lie down. But neither of those things...
It's full decompression.
No, and actually sitting, the compression on your spine is worse than if you're standing up.
2.5 times the standing pressure. And when we go into the lying position, which is when we think, OK...
The lying position?
The lying position.
Sorry.
When we go to sleep, when we go to bed, or when we sleep on the sofa, whatever it is, that's when we think that's the optimum time where we're taking pressure off the body. But we've still got about 30% of compression on our body.
Even lying down, I know.
Lying down, because we've still got that tension in the muscles pulling on the spine.
The thing is that what many people, and I do too, when I'm doing the other part of my job, which is sitting in front of a computer really for hours a day, we have, many of us, such a sedentary lifestyle or work life. And I forget sometimes, because you can be, if I'm editing a video or something, as I frequently do, I could be doing that for 4 or 5 hours. And then I'm like, oh, I'll get up and go and have a wee. And I'm literally, oh, you know, and you're kind of walking like this a little bit, especially when you get to a certain age. And this is honestly the best solution I've ever found to helping to decompress, kind of straighten yourself up a little bit, as it were, and reap all of the other benefits that we've been talking about.
And unwind some of those tight muscles, because let's remember that, you know, I think some of the studies that they've said recently are people are sitting for about 12 to 14 hours a day. When we're sitting, what we're normally doing is we're not in that great position, we're in that hunch position. Hip flexors are getting tight, hamstrings, glutes are not being strengthened. So what's happening then is, because of their attachment points on the spine, they're pulling us out of alignment. And all of a sudden we're walking around going,
I know, it's just getting worse.
A little bit sore. And
well, plus our muscles are atrophying to a certain degree as well, because we're not as active.
And all of a sudden we're in that kind of push-pull effect where some muscles are weaker, some muscles are stronger because they're having to kind of compensate, and our body is completely out of alignment. Temporarily, when we get on here for a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes a day, 3 minutes at the moment,
you won't get off.
You may want to go
minutes.
on here, but it's not.
I used to do it half an hour. I used to put on a bit of Enya, and I was away in the cloud. Oh, I loved it.
That was nice.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not suggesting you have to be on. That's a choice you make.
Of course.
Teeter advises that you are on here maybe 3 to 5 minutes a day at max when you get used to using this. And it's more about the frequency. So it's more about, we want those discs rehydrated.
Small portions, many courses.
That's the one.
Sorry.
I was just going to say... I was going to show how easy it is to get on here.
Sure, I was just going to say the price is phenomenal as well. Do you know, actually, a quick story. Very good friend of mine had a slip disc, and he was recommended one of these. Now, I'm not making a diagnosis or a medical recommendation here, obviously, but that's what I'm saying. These are used for convalescence. They're used in many, many different ways, therapeutically, but they're also used, again, athletically, for physical exercise.
As I said, I first saw this in a gym.
Yeah, well, right. In fact, and some of the high-end gyms do have them. But if you've ever seen it, I think it was Rocky, wasn't it, when he sort of, on the old gravity boots, where he's hanging upside down, he's doing sit-ups. Hardest sit-up in the world. You can do those on this as well. And there are huge benefits to being completely vertical. Is that right? Yeah, vertical. I used to love it. I used to love going upside down, completely inverted. And I would twist, and you could feel all the knots coming out.
You almost feel, it is like you've got lots of, they're just unravelling. A string of pearls. They're all unravelling, and you can feel that all of a sudden that spine is just relaxing. And it's just a really nice movement.
Do you know what else, Kelly? It's so hard, isn't it, these days, for many of us to just stop for 5 or 10 minutes or half an hour a day and just be at one. You know, I mean, kind of, I do a little bit of the old meditation and things like that. I love that sort of thing. But my mind is so cluttered with so much stuff every minute of every hour of every day. It's really hard to shut off at night. And I used to always use my inversion table before I went to bed, because it just gave me a way to sort of... this almost becomes the relaxation table, because the minute you get on it, you're like, right, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just going to relax and unwind and literally decompress. And it really used to help me sleep better as well.
And the biggest thing when you're on a teeter inversion table is to breathe fully, because your body will then fully relax. So you're absolutely right. You're then allowing your body to go into that super relaxed state and could promote
incense
better sleep.
or aromatherapy.
I like your idea of listening to Enya.
Oh,
I
used to listen. Enya was one of the albums of my soundtracks of my youth. That was the original one.
I can imagine
Watermark.
that.
Yeah, love that. Yeah. So, Shepherd Moon's also very good. How'd you get on it?
So super easy. So there's kind of 3 steps to it, because I don't want anybody to think it's really confusing, really difficult, not at all.
It's written all over it, actually, if I'm being honest.
It really is. It comes kind of 85% assembled anyway.
Yes.
In terms of assembly, there is an app that you follow that has lots of videos that walks you through the other 15% that you might have to do. And also, there is another app that they provide you called the Move app, which takes you through little workouts and shows you different meditative type workouts. But anyway, first thing you do, you're going to set your height. There's a pin system on the side. You're just going to release it and adjust. And then all we're going to do is step into the actual teeter. What I would have done already is I've set the tether angle behind me just to make sure that it's in place, because it's a great safety feature.
I know you can also
into place.
twist the bottom bit if you've got smaller.
Yes, so you've got something called
shoes,
ankle dial, which means you've got 2 different settings, low or high. I need it on high because I am a little small.
High.
But if you were your height, you'd want it on, obviously, the lower size. And then from there, we just control with our arms. So just by bringing the arms up and down, that allows us to rotate.
And I love that you've got these handles here. They're really confidence handles more than anything else. But the ones on the outside also mean that if you find the balance point, you can rock yourself very, like this. That is just like being taken back to when you were a baby, being rocked in your mother's arms. I used to love it. I miss it so much.
Super relaxing.
I can't wait to get back on one.
But also, if you need to, you can use those for getting up and back down if you wanted to. And then you've got the traction handles there as well. So if you are on those shallower, maybe 20, 30% inversion, you can push through there and increase that decompression.
So there's a dual aspect to them as well. It also comes with some other little accessories. This is kind of the top of the range, isn't it, really?
This is one of the premium, the deluxe version. It comes with acupressure nodes. Also comes with a lumbar spine, and we'll talk you through all of that.
We're literally moments away from joining ITV and STV, or from them joining us, I suppose. So stay tuned, more to come. Merry Christmas! Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, with a pair of feet. They do belong to somebody, and I'll introduce you to her momentarily. She's literally hanging around. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the return of the teeter inversion table. I've had 2 of these in my lifetime. I use one of these for the best part of 20 years. I don't currently have one, but I honestly cannot wait to get one. And the thing is that this is all about decompression, relaxation. You can use it for fitness. You can use it for recovery if your medical professional suggests that you should, and many do. And this teeter is, when it comes to inversion tables, if you know what those are, it's the #1 brand. This is one of the premium models. It comes with loads of other accessories that we'll talk you through in a moment. And it's really very simple. If you think about it, you spend most of your life with gravity working against you. Gravity and atmospheric pressure pushing down on you, compressing your spine. If you measure yourself in the morning and then measure yourself again in the evening, you will be shorter in the evening. And this helps to counteract those effects. And, you know, maybe you think about older people who, with the effects of not only old age, but the ravages of time and gravity working upon them, and, you know, everything starts to get a little bit kind of crunched and hunched. This also is designed to help relieve that temporarily, and with prolonged use, perhaps even be a preventative measure towards some of those sort of later life ailments. It is amazing, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. There's certainly one thing you do need to know, and if you know about inversion tables and you've seen this before, 2 things. #1, we don't have a lot of stock. It probably will sell out quickly. So as soon as you know what it is or decide, yes, I want it, once we've explained it, get it as quickly as you can. I would recommend. We've got £200 off of our regular price, but if you were to go to Natural Living, you'd be paying $552, $479.99 at Back Care Online. Robert Dias have got it for $464.99, and ThinkSport have got it for $449.99, as have healthandcare.co.uk. We have a show special. That means this price is only good until the end of our repeats on the +1 channels, ITV1 +1 and STV +1. And that's so about 4:30 a.m. the price will go up. So you get that £200 off only by acting now. We'll take you through it, and if you have any questions, and I'm sure you will have many, then please do email the studio@shopontv.co.uk. That's studio@shopontv.co.uk. Already people are putting it in their baskets. A lot of people know about these. Doctors have recommended them, medical professionals have recommended them to many, 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 many patients. Again, obviously, we're not making any professional medical diagnoses or claims or recommendations here. Check with your doctor first if you're not sure, but they will probably know, they should know what an inversion table is, and they'll be able to tell you whether A, it's suitable for you, and B, if it is suitable, why, and if it's beneficial. So get it while you can. Also coming up in the show, we have, I don't think we've ever really done a full proper airing on this, the bike. No, oh, we have just once. So it's back. It's also a show special tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Renfo AI bike, the indoor exercise bike. It supports up to 120 kilos. This is amazing. You get a free app with it. Not only is it a premium exercise bike, but also it has automatic resistance adjustment. You can calibrate it to you specifically by using the app, which is free, by the way. And then when you use the exercises that are in the app, it will automatically adjust resistance for that exercise as you go along. It's intelligent. Well, it's artificial intelligence. There you go. That's why it's called the AI bike. It is brilliant. It really is. It's a very sturdy bit of kit, and what a price! Normally $499.99. We've got it for $399.99. And if you've thought about getting a bike like this that has maybe a subscription model, you can pay over £1,000 for the bike, and then you can pay sort of £12 to £15 per month for a basic subscription, or up to sort of £28 to £30 a month for a premium one. So there are lots of ongoing expenses. The app is free, the exercises are free. All you have to do is buy the bike, and once you've got, and that is, I mean, a snip compared to £1,000 or £1,000 plus, isn't it, at $399.99. And you can spread the cost as well using the PayPal Pay in 3. Also on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, another thing that I literally use every single day. If people are already multi-ordering this, whenever we have it in stock, I always say get it. It's liquid collagen. It's marine collagen. Collagen, we deplete collagen from our bodies from the age of sort of start of our 20s, really. And it just gets worse over time. I'll show you a little bit later. But also, particularly, unfortunately, ladies, when you go through the menopause, you can lose a large percentage of your collagen just in that shortish period of time that you're going through that change. This allows you to put collagen back into your body. Now, you can never get it put back as much as has been depleted, but your body will allow, there's a kind of a maximum, really, your body will allow you to put back, which is about 12.5 to 15,000 milligrams a day. So this is 10,000 milligrams. It's one of the most potent liquid collagens on the market. The marine collagen is also fantastic because it's got much smaller molecules than compared to, say, something like a bovine collagen. So it means it's absorbed, it penetrates through the gut microbiome, it's absorbed into your body very, very quickly. Not only has it got the two most essential types of collagen, that's types 1 and 3, but it also contains hyaluronic acid and other ingredients such as vitamin C, ascorbic acid, which allow your body to absorb the collagen more effectively. So it's got all of the kind of supporting ingredients that make the collagen work best for you. We're talking hair, we're talking nails, we're talking skin, muscles, ligaments, etc. So this can help to reduce aches and pains in your muscles and joints. It's 100% natural flavouring. It can help to firm your skin. I've just mentioned the quick collagen absorption, and it can also help to strengthen your hair and nails. I could talk for a day and a half on that. It is brilliant. I love it. I've taken it every day for about 6 months, I want to say. It's maybe longer, actually. One bottle will last you about 3 weeks. And you need really at least 6 weeks for it to start to feel the benefits. So I would recommend, if you can, get 2 of them. we've already got it at half price, and if you bought this on ERC's website, one bottle is, I think, a lot more. But yeah, so this is a really cost-effective way to get it with the best price in town, as far as I'm aware. Now, it's a very special day today with all of these products, but I'm very glad to say that I have the wonderful Kelly Carey with me. Hello, Kelly, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's a special day because you're here.
Thank you, I am.
We've put you on something...
Hanging upside down, you know, as you do.
Hanging upside down. Do you know, can I walk round here so that because I'm upstaging it. But also, Kelly, we've put you on this because, of course, we know it helps to counteract some of the effects of getting older, which apparently you've just done. It's your birthday right now.
Oh, it is
happy
indeed.
Happy birthday.
I had actually forgotten that, but thank you. I had.
Well, we didn't. And ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of a fitness show, here we have young David with a load of sugar and butter.
That's exactly what I need.
Oh, it's
Thank
nice,
you.
yeah.
You're going to make me work even harder on the Renfrew
Absolutely.
AI
If you have a quick
bike,
bite, we'll shove you on the bike.
I'll have that later.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
We're going to be seeing young David in a
I'll
moment.
share it with you both.
Yeah, it does look very good, that, actually.
It does.
Yeah. It's got sprinkles.
Thank you.
I never eat cake. Sorry, I never eat a slice of cake. Whole thing. Right, OK, in all seriousness, please send in your questions. We want to answer and make sure that you're one of the people that gets these. If you miss this tonight, once you find out what it is, I think you'll kick yourself. So in a nutshell, let's try and give everybody, if you can stay watching for about 20 minutes, we'll try and give you every bit of information we can so you can make the decision to buy it. OK, so what does it do? What's it for? What's it going to help with? And why should people get it?
OK, first and foremost, this is something that is going to allow us to basically use gravity to its advantage. We have got, you beautifully put it earlier, we've got gravity acting on the body, loading on the body, putting pressure on the spine, on our muscles, on our discs, on all day, every day.
It's not just gravity, it's the atmospheric pressure at sea level. 1 atmosphere is about a ton of pressure all
it's
around
what keeps us grounded on Earth. It's what stimulates our muscles. But what it also does is it puts a lot of pressure on our body, especially if we are not in postural alignment, good postural alignment.
Yeah,
if
sure.
we are
Well, and who is
slouched.
these days? We're all sitting
That's
in front
it.
of computers
We've
for
all
10,
got tech
10
neck,
hours.
haven't we?
Tech neck, yeah, and turkey neck.
Yeah.
That's why I have a beard. It hides a multitude of chins.
Maybe I need to grow one. Maybe that will be my next thing.
That would be excellent. Could be the 4th BG. Anyway, yes, so you were saying?
I digress.
Indeed, indeed.
So what we've got is this is a way that we can temporarily take the pressure off the spine, take the pressure off the muscles. We can literally relax the muscles by turning ourselves upside down. We can realign our spine. We can take pressure off the discs, especially, you know, when the discs start to dehydrate and get a little bit stiffer and they can start to irritate things like the nerves that are kind of positioned next to the spine and next to the discs. So we want to relieve any potential discomfort as well.
Or disc comfort.
And
my
discomfort.
friend had a slip disc and he literally, he was stuck on the stairs. It kind of, when it finally went,
awful.
he was going downstairs and he couldn't move for hours, but had to wait for somebody to come home. But once he'd had an operation or whatever they had to do with him, the recovery, they recommended an inversion table, so he used an inversion table.
Well, if you think...
Now, again, obviously, check with your doctor. We're not making that recommendation.
Yeah, if you think I think the figures now are 1 in 6 people are struggling with back issues, and that's about 9 million people right now.
But it's not just back; it's all body, really. If you think about it, it's
all
of it.
Hips are stiff. Maybe shoulders and chest are stiff as well. This is a way that we're going to be able to loosen off those muscles, those tight muscles, and bring everything back into alignment.
Sorry to interrupt. I've just heard that we're already 10% gone. If everyone checks out now, 10%'s already gone. We've only just been in the show for a little while. Look, the last thing I want to do is try and panic anyone to buy into buying this. If you can't afford it, don't buy it, please. You know, it's easy to get caught up. But I tell you what, though, sometimes when you look at or have seen a price like that in the past, you've gone, oh my God, 300 quid. Yeah, but then when you think about this, you're going to have this for life. This is so well made, manufactured to such high standards, and we'll get into that a bit more in a minute, This will literally outlive you, I'm sure. I'm confident of that. It is the premium, one of the top models from teeter. Teeter is the top name in inversion therapy. In terms of safety, efficacy, all of that, it just is unchallenged, really, by other brands. In fact, I'll tell you what, why don't you hear from Roger himself? Because I knew Roger very well, and bless him, he gave me my first 2 inversion tables and I used them. The first one was back in the mid-90s, and the second one was probably around 2008, 2009, something. No. Turn of the millennium. And so I was on one of these every single day, multiple times a day for the best part of 20 years, to relax, to unwind, to decompress, to just to stretch before workouts, to stretch after workouts, to just kind of get out all the knots and cricks and what have you from my entire body. I find it very invigorating to use as well, because when you're inverted, you get this sort of lovely surge of blood, fresh blood to the brain and all that sort of thing. But it's safe for really everyone to use. As long if you have a medical condition, we will talk. Obviously, you would talk to your doctor, and we'll discuss some of the obvious ones, like if you're pregnant, if you have issues with your eyes, or Kelly will go into that in a bit. Then you want to check with your doctor first. But honestly, once you start using one of these, you will probably use it every single day for the rest of your life and miss it when you don't. And Roger, well, he was in his 80s when he passed away. And from what I understand, nothing to do with his level of fitness, because this man was fit, as you're about to see. And he has been extolling the virtues of the inversion therapy and inversion tables for 3 decades, or was it 1989, I think it was. So here is Roger telling you in his own words why this is for you.
Hi, I'm Roger Teeter. My wife and I started the company that builds the teeter inversion table in 1981. Use of the teeter is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year. Perfect because it gets rid of stress, takes the joint pain away, improves flexibility, corrects posture, and gets you ready to do the things you really want to do in the new year, like sports, working out, or like in my case, keep up with the grandkids. Adjust it for your height. Don't forget, put the safety strap on that stops it at an angle you're comfortable with. Now, the table will not go any further than that. Step in, clamp your ankles, and then lean back and relax. Oh, no workout. This is all gain, no pain. Because you aren't doing anything, gravity is doing the whole workout for you, elongating your body, taking the pressure off those sore joints, improving flexibility. You can mobilize your body a little bit to encourage it to elongate. It will elongate 1, even 2 inches, and it just feels so good to get rid of the stress and be able to start an active new lifestyle. You've got to be curious what inversion could do for you. You know what gravity's doing to you. It's stealing your body shape, it's stealing your flexibility, it's stealing your height, it's stealing your posture, and it's stealing your ability to be active. This is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year in 1 minute while you kick back and enjoy a great stretch.
It's very, very easy to use this. Every time I look at Roger, he was such a vital man. And he was tall and, buff as heck. I was like, I wish I had a body like his now. You know what I mean? But in my 80s,
he was just incredible. He was like a phenomenon, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was just so physically active.
Yeah.
And he just kind of, when people say they've rinsed every moment of life out.
Sure.
He really did.
Yeah,
he
did.
enjoyed life to the fullest.
Yeah. To you, Rog.
And he did it, he would say it was down to using an inversion table or using inversion therapy.
Well, and exercise, obviously, as well.
And exercise.
But this can be used for exercise too, can't it? Do you want to explain that?
Absolutely, because when we are, I think you said earlier, these give you the toughest.
The world's hardest sit-up, yeah.
Hardest sit-up ever.
Yeah.
And let's think, if we are trying to support the spine, we need to be able to stretch the spine out, but we also need to strengthen the core.
Yeah.
And that's what this allows. So it gives you that dual benefit of being able to loosen off, but strengthen at the same time. Yeah. So when we're in that full inverted position, and that means taking the tether strap off, then it's taking it to 120 degrees.
Do you do full inversion?
I do full inversion.
Maybe at one point we'll show everyone.
We can indeed.
Because I want you to understand that really we say from sort of the age of 14 up, you know, any teenager that's sort of capable of looking after themselves.
Yes.
Well, is any teenager capable of looking after themselves?
I've got a 19-year-old that still isn't capable of looking after himself.
Well, I'm 54 and I don't think I'm even in that category yet. But the point is that really, where the whole family can use this, unless obviously you're on your own. But the fact is that if you are younger and you are active and you are athletic, and it is amazing for stretching before and after workout. It is, if you go fully inverted, and we'll show you later, it is the world's hardest sit-up, from literally fully inverted doing sit-ups. But then it's not just the core, but it's other muscles and muscle groups that you're engaging as well. You might have seen, if you watch the Rocky, not the Rocky horror, just the Rocky films where he's hanging upside down and doing sit-ups and all of that kind of. It's not easy to do. But if you can't do a sit-up for love nor money and have no interest whatsoever, you've got a tether strap. You can set this. Now look, even at 30 degrees, which is about that, you are getting benefits of decompression and all the other things Kelly's talking about.
Yeah, we would always say when you first start using this, because the tether strap is marked at different, you've got different kind of lines, and each one is a different angle, degree.
And it just means you'll never go further back than you want to.
No, so the maximum is 60 degrees, and at 60 degrees that's your
on the tether, you mean?
On the tether strap. And that's your kind of magic number. That's where you're getting that full decompressive benefit.
To be honest, though, they're like stabilisers on a bike. Once you've used this for a week or two, you'll be so used to how to control it. It's a fulcrum. It really is as simple as that. Your centre of gravity is on the pivot point, and you then change your centre of gravity by moving your arms, and that will determine the amount that you go back and the speed with which you go back. And it's really easy, and it becomes like this. It's like you're conducting an orchestra when it gets really zen after a while, I have to say. I used to lie on this for half an hour, on days, and put Enya on in the background and light a candle and and a bit of aromatherapy oils burning in the corner, and I just go off in my little world. It's a great way to relax. It's a great way to alleviate temporarily sort of backaches and pains and things like that, isn't it?
And it's the best stretch you will ever get.
Oh,
because when we are without you even thinking about it, because when you're trying to stretch out your chest, your shoulders, your back, how do I stretch out all of the spinal kind of muscles?
Oh, you lie down, Kelly, don't you?
What do we do?
You lie down, right?
Yeah. No, because that isn't decompressing the back, and that isn't giving you a full stretch. So
he says, knowing the answer,
exactly what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But we talk about sitting down, don't we? Taking the load off. Well, when we're sitting down, we're actually adding more pressure to the spine.
Sitting down is worse than standing up.
It is. It's 2.5 times standing pressure.
And even when you're lying down completely in bed, there's still
30% of a compression on our spine, because we are still the muscles are still tense and ligaments are still tense.
We're now 20% of the stock gone, ladies and gentlemen. We're 20 minutes into the show. I'm pretty confident it's going to sell out. So we're just going to keep cramming you with information, and I would suggest that as soon as you know you want it, as I say, it's £102.65 a month if you spread the cost with PayPal Pay in 3. It's paid for after that, and it is. I want to talk about the quality of this, because let's talk about why teeter are the number one, and why this is one of the top of the range models. He was an aircraft engineer, wasn't he, Roger? Yeah. Now, in aircraft engineering, and I think in other levels of engineering or types of engineering as well, there's a thing called 6 Sigma. Have a Google if you want. In a nutshell, the way I'm summarising its definition is that 6 Sigma is the standard of quality to which something is made where its failure point is so far beyond where any use case scenario would ever get it to, that theoretically it can never fail. That's what they design aircraft to. Most of the time, airplane crashes and things are actually pilot error and things like that. So this is now whether it's mid to low standards, I don't know, but it's test. Well, tell us about the testing and how it compares to other models.
The main thing there that you talked about when you're relating it to kind of aircraft engineering is Roger was an aircraft engineer. So he has put that same design kind of quality into the teeter inversion tables.
So how is it tested for safety?
The same materials, the same construction, well, not the same materials and construction, but making sure that it's top premium grade
It's totally
steel.
safe, totally stable. You cannot accidentally fall off it. It cannot collapse when you're on it. It's They have all those things have been designed out.
Absolutely.
All those, any
and they've
possibilities
evolved
like
over time. Remember, Teeter have been the market leader. They've been the industry leader. The kind of creme de la creme for
the Rolls-Royce, as
they are the Rolls-Royce for 44 years.
So how much did they test it for?
So this was tested by, or has been tested by the Underwriters Laboratories, which third-party testing company. They come back in every 6 months and retest into the factories. So it's not just a one-off. It's something that they have to consistently
maintain. So to maintain that seal of approval, they have to,
Teeter inversion tables are the only inversion table that has the certification and the testing from the Underwriters Laboratory.
It's an American company, so that is an American organisation, but still, you know,
but it's still kind of standards for safety and performance.
Yes.
Now, what they did is their safety standard was that they needed to kind of obtain 30,000 rotations. So moving upside and down in inversion.
Yes.
This exceeded that. So at 30,000, they said, let's test it for a little bit longer, maybe 10,000 more. So let's take it to 40,000. And smash 40,000, but that's where they stopped. As you said, it's like the Six Sigma.
Well, they just got to the point where we're just wasting our time here because it. But what about all of the other competition?
Okay, so they compared it to 5 other competitor kind of beds. And they failed at 4,000 rotations.
4,000?
4,000 rotations.
And when you say failed, I mean like...
They failed.
Potentially
so the
dangerously failed.
Dangerous. So this is why this is using high standard, high grade steel, premium steel, whereas they were using a lesser grade of steel. And it was like if you compare it to kind of using like a metal coat hanger, over time it starts to bend, it starts to wear, doesn't it?
That just cannot happen with this.
You're not going to get that with this, and this is tested continuously. The other thing,
25% of the stock now gone.
Wow, it's flying out the door.
It is flying out the
door.
door.
But it doesn't surprise me because every time we bring the teeter table, and remember, this version, the X3, is the premium version. This is.
It's got. What are some of the extra bits that come? And then, by the way, we're going to get floor manager Dave to come on because I'm conscious of the fact we haven't seen it in operation for a while.
So what we've got, if we talk about some of the features and what makes this stand out from kind of other competitor models out there. It is the engineering in the construction.
It's very comfortable.
It's this. You know, you've got the Flex Tech bed here. Now, this is something that has been... It's a patented design, and the surface is to aid decompression so that you kind of... decompress
contoured,
easily.
It's
contoured, but also what it's doing is it's smooth and it allows you to stretch out easily as you're going down the bed. But also, you've got an 8-point suspension system here. So the bed is actually away from the actual kind of levers behind. That allows that flexion. It allows you to feel so that your body flexes when you're on here.
Because the original one I had was a canvas. Because you want to twist, that's right.
You do want to twist and you want to lengthen.
Like you did last summer.
You did? Yeah. Let's see if you can sing that one.
Let's twist again. I know, I better not do that or it'll ding our YouTube for copyright.
This is it. Well... so you've got, first of all, you've got the Flex bed. This is great, Flex Tech bed. You've got also 2 different types of handles there that are really, really useful. You've got the EZ handles there, which allow you to kind of move up and down the bed, so coming in and out of inversion really easily. You can kind of move your arms up and down. But you've also got the traction handles. So if you are only in 20, 30 degrees of inversion, you can increase that decompression by pushing, and that increases that traction.
Now, what are these?
OK, so what we've got are different acupressure nodes, and these come free with it. We're only showing 2 at the moment, but what you get are 8.
Right.
So you get 4 sets of 2. and they're different height variations as well. And you
a very thorough instruction booklet, and there are loads of videos, as tutorial videos on
it's
this
all
too,
really, really clear. So assembly is, it's got its own, so you've got the built app for assembly.
Yeah.
It comes 85% assembled, but there are also videos to show you how to assemble.
Can we show people how to do that? Do we do that? Is that something we do?
It's not something that we
can do in the studio.
We're going to do today.
Okay, fine.
But we can do in the future.
Okay, just I thought I'd ask. But it is super easy to do. And by the way, it does fold up, and you can, we'll show you that part later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very easy to fold up. You could slip it under a bed or under a sofa or something like that. It's amazing. In fact, should we get David in? We'll show you how to set it all up. I really have to urge you to check out. We're now almost 30% of the stock gone. Sorry, excuse me, apologies, further update. A third, see if I hang around, it's already gone up. 1/3 of the stock, and we are only... What are we now? Half an hour into the... It's going about... But yeah, it's going very quickly. So look, you can spread the cost interest-free. I promise you that whether you are young and active, whether you are older, even... I mean, look, Roger was 83 still using this thing. Just check with your doctor first and make sure that you have sufficient strength in your, in your body overall, and you have no ailments that would be contraindications. But remember, folks, that price of $299.99 at 4:30 a.m. is going back up by £200. So that's what this countdown clock is here. That is to remind you, if you haven't checked out by then, well, actually, it's going to be stock or clock, because I think it will sell out way before then. There's a lot of competition, a lot of people on the phone lines. That to me suggests perhaps some older viewers as well who tend to favour the phone line over an internet connection. So there are lots of people ordering. We had one customer who bought 3. Maybe, I'm just guessing, and if you email us if you want, it may have been for a practice, like a surgery or a gym or a club or a spa or something like that. And if you are watching this price, I don't know what the wholesale price of these if you bought them trade, but I imagine that would be pretty competitive. So possibly why. Well, if you buy it elsewhere, you can see that it's going to, certainly retail, it's going to cost you this. Natural Living have got it for $552. Back Care, I keep almost saying that wrong. Back Care online, $479.99. Robert Dyes, $464.99. Think Sport and Healthcare.co.uk have got it for $449.99. So we are a market-beating price at £299.99, and the price is correct as of 10 to midnight yesterday, just literally an hour and a bit ago. Let me just find out, David, can I get the iPad just please, just before you come on, in case we have any emails, and if Fraser will check. We have got a couple, I will get to those in a moment, but we don't have, we can't use the iPad because it's being used for the bike.
It is.
OK, what are the questions, Fraser? I'm just going to have to pipe it in my ear. OK, he's going to do that in a second. And again, you can spread the cost interest-free here as well with PayPal Pay in 3. OK. Oh, Lady Gaga and I have been having conversations. I'm not professing this is the real Lady Gaga. I'm quite excited, though, or would be if it actually were.
Imagine if it was.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? But she wants to know what I'm having for Christmas dinner. I'm having Richmond sausages with cauliflower cheese. And I don't know, probably lots of bread pudding, because I love bread pudding.
Oh, that does sound nice.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the teeter inversion table. So, ladies and oh, hang on, we do have some. Who? Ice and Hayden. Hello. Is it good for post-workout? Is it good for post-workout?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Well, we know when we exercise, what's happening is our muscles are getting tighter, aren't they? Because we've worked them out, and what happens is then we want to stretch them out afterwards. Yeah. Now, we can stand there for 20 minutes doing various different stretches, or we could get on here for 2 or 3 minutes.
As a fitness professional, would you agree with the following statement? You cannot get a better stretch in any other way without the aid of a piece of equipment compared to the kind of stretch that you get on this.
I would, definitely, because you are opening up your full body. And when you're hanging in that full inversion, we're not even in the full inversion, at 60%. At the start, when I first started using this at the beginning of the night, my arms were probably there. Yeah. But literally a few minutes later, I'd open up my chest muscles. My shoulder muscles had relaxed as well. It's not just upper body, it's cross chest, shoulders, back, all of your back muscles are also being stretched. Hip flexors, glutes, quads are also, but you feel it into the joints. The ankles, knees, and hips.
And the muscles
are also being released.
If you want to play ball here, and you can be bothered, measure yourself before you go to bed, and then measure yourself in the morning. You'll be taller in the morning. Because all of that gravity working on it, we are really busy on this. Right, I'm very conscious of trying to make sure we get all the information in before it sells out. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Shop on TV, David Locke with an E.
Hi, guys.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Right, don't turn your back to the camera. That's rule number one.
I'm being told here. I was saying hello. Right.
And, you smell good.
Thank you.
He's my son, I'm allowed to say that. So, Kelly, do you want to instruct David on what to do, please?
I am, because, David, I know we tried it briefly earlier, but it's always nice to get somebody who hasn't really used it to get their opinion on it and how they find it. So what we're going to do, we're also going to show you how easy it adjusts from myself, 5'3" and a little bit.
I'm almost a whole foot taller than you.
Oh my word, you're 6'3", you are, aren't you?
Yeah. Wow.
So this is the thing. One machine, one device works for different ages, different sizes, and it's the smallest amount of adjustment that we need to do. So the first thing, as we talked about earlier, there are 3 different points that you need to adjust. The first thing that you would adjust is the height, because it's set to 5'3" for me, but we did work this out earlier, and we said it was 6 foot. We did it to
6'1", I think.
6'1".
Because I have longer legs.
So the reason that we're not adjusting it to 6'3" is just as David said, because his legs are much longer, and we want that weight distribution to be equal, 50-50 each side of the pivot point. Then what we're doing is making the top side a little bit longer and the legs a little bit shorter.
Well, shall I?
What I've done is I've already adjusted the tether strap. You've got that on there.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to ask you to step in to the side and pop those feet in there. Now, what I might do, David, I think you're already set on the ankle dial is lower there.
Yes.
Now, these cups, so the Ergo Embrace patented cups need to be into the smallest part of your ankles.
Right.
So does that feel about right? And then you're going to use the extended handle.
Okay.
So again, you don't have to bend down too much in order to release the...
So I push?
Yeah, you're going to push it down.
Yep. Just like so.
And then they're going to click into place.
Yep.
And then you're ready to go. So from here, as we've mentioned, now when you're in position...
Yes.
All you're doing, in order to be able to rotate, you're using your arms to control that movement, to control that rotation. So, David, you're just going to take 1 overhead.
1.
I don't think the height's set correctly.
And then you're going to start to take 2. And then we'll see you'll start to go. You'll start to invert down.
There we go. Oh,
so
that's lovely.
See how much control you have.
And
if you now that's a good point. What David just demonstrated there, because you've got the tether strap, you can't fall back. You know, you always feel like you haven't gone as far as, or you've gone further than you actually have. You know,
yeah, you feel like you're going all the way, kind of to that 120 degrees, but you're really not. You're going to that 60 degrees. Now, I would always recommend when you first start. David's had a few practice goes earlier, but I would suggest that you adjust that tether strap to 20 degrees.
Yeah.
When you first start using this, you would literally, for the first week or so, 20, 30 degrees, get used to the movement. And as you said earlier...
And I got myself back up this time as well.
This is the thing, if you start to go back too quickly, just move your arms forward.
Yeah.
I think you need another inch on the height, personally, because do you not agree?
We tested it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I can do a slower one if you'd like.
The difference is that probably for David, the pivot point, the actual, he'd use a different hinge point, but I wanted to keep it on the same one.
Enough.
I'm always an oddball.
That would give him...
But you'll get used to this, David. If you don't mind, just keep going back and forth.
Absolutely, sure.
And the fact is, you get a feel for... And in fact, once you've used it for, I don't know, a few days, it becomes almost unconscious. You just start doing this. You close your eyes,
fluid movement,
put a bit of music on in the background, and it does become very, very fluid. And next time, David, instead of kind of clunking back, why don't you try and move your arms forward a little bit so you stop yourself? So you'll get to
balance.
know your balance. You'll get to know the limits. So as you're coming back up, now go back. Now there you go. Now a little bit more. Come up. You can come up really slowly. It's so easy.
You can see that precision balance that is there, where it's a very controlled,
total control
movement. You know.
Now go back, Dave.
And then slowly. And remember...
Yeah, go back, and then let yourself go, keep going. Yeah, and then just before you hit, keep going a bit more. Yeah, you go back even further. You've still got a way to go on the tether.
So right now he's about 30 degrees.
And there are benefits, even at 30 degrees. You're getting the benefits.
That's lovely.
You don't ever have to go back beyond that if you don't want to.
No, and as I said, this would be a great starting point for you, but because right now you're getting that length into the spine, you're getting space around the vertebrae, you're getting some rehydration temporarily into the discs. We're starting to relax some of those muscles, and then as we increase that inversion angle, those benefits are only going to increase. But I love the fact that David is just showing us how controlled it is.
And I'm back.
And this is how long did you use it
We did
for
about
earlier?
5 minutes,
5
if
minutes.
that. Yeah.
It's totally safe. It is totally stable.
It is fun.
It is fun. It feels good, doesn't it?
My back feels so loose.
Next time when you go back, just if you do little twists and you can kind of work
We'll go
out
again,
all of
we'll
the
go
knots.
again,
We're
we'll
gonna
do another
go
one.
again. You'll get to the point very quickly where you might even want to take the tether strap off. Remember, you can go, and Kelly will show you later, if you're young and active, or if you're, doesn't matter what your age are, as long as you're active, if you want to go all the way. And once you go all the way, it actually kind of locks into an fully inverted position. So then it can't cut, you know, it couldn't keep moving.
It's going to hold it firmly in place.
But also try this, Dave. If you put your hands on the side handles...
Just here?
Yeah. Now rock yourself. There you go, just back and forth.
I can rock myself to sleep.
I mean, I have fallen asleep on these things before.
Can I stay here?
You're making a great model,
But
David.
the director says, no, you've got work to do. But the fact is that, look, David's moving scenery and stuff around, and I mean, I love to rock. When I was a kid, I loved to rock. It made me feel very sort of secure.
It's just such a relaxing movement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you are somebody that kind of likes that vestibular movement...
Excuse me?
that kind of rocking
vestibular
movement.
I do love a good vestibular movement.
This is going to be really, it's that kind of sensory movement. It's going to be really calming for some people. For their
I'm just pointing to this ear, but realise my earpiece is in this ear. We've got in 40 minutes, less than half the stock remaining.
Look at that.
You must check out, ladies and gentlemen, when this is in your basket, it's not held, it's not reserved. That is not safe. That's not going to lock in that discount. If somebody comes along and we've only got enough stock left and you haven't checked out yet and somebody else wants it and pays for it, they get it. You have to lock in that price before 4:30 a.m. So it literally, so the countdown over there in the corner is to the end of our live broadcast. So add an hour and a half to that. So you've literally only got about 2.5 hours. Well, 3.5 hours. Is that right? We've hardly been on the air for any time at all.
And just to reinforce, the X3 is the premium deluxe model.
Yeah.
So you're getting an incredible price. You know, you're getting features that you wouldn't get on some of the other teeter models. As we said, you know, you've got that locking system, that extra long handle there, which just makes it really easy to get on and off. You've got that Flex Tech bed there, which is with that 8-point suspension. You've got the EZ handles, you've got the traction handles as well, the tether strap. All of these things, you know, there's so many elements of this that is patented technology, and it's really the way that it's been designed and constructed is all about giving you that maximum stretch.
Yeah, and it's been in development since 1989. You know, I got my first one, as I say, in probably about 94, 95. My second one in about 2002, I think it would have been 2001, 2002.
Yeah, so the actual X3s, or the fit spine, but teeter have been established, bringing you a kind of back products as such since 1981.
Yeah.
And the reason that they have continued and continue to be the kind of market leader in inversion therapy is because of how they've evolved and designed and the quality of their products and the things that the fact that they have got that FDA registration. I know it's an American registration and the Underwriters Laboratory certification. You know, look into it. Look into teeter, because we can't say a lot about what teeter can do.
No, have a Google on, or whatever your search engine is on the benefits of inversion therapy. They are amazing. As I say, whether it's for fitness, whether it's for relaxation, whether it is for recovery, you know, a lot of well, doctors will know. I'm pretty sure every doctor in the land will know what an inversion table is. And we can absolutely assure you that this is, compared to other makes and models that are out there, this is the Rolls-Royce. This is the #1 standard. It's made to safety standards that exceed anything that it will ever get close to achieving in not just its lifetime, but your life. Well, actually, it'll probably outlive you. So not just your lifetime, but its lifetime. Excuse me, just choked on my spit there.
Lovely.
It is a market-beating price, ladies and gentlemen. Naturalliving.co.uk have it for $552. Backcare Online, $479.99. Robert Dias have got it for $464.99. And ThinkSport and Healthcare.co.uk are at $449.99. Our show price, but only if you get it by 4:30 a.m. If you are watching on ITV1+1 or STV+1, please check our website, shopontv.co.uk for whether it's still available. I doubt it will be, but you might be lucky. 5-year warranty as well. Comes with very, very comprehensive and easy to follow instructions. There are loads and loads and loads of videos on YouTube and so on and so forth. Isn't there a video on how to erect it or how to put it together? It's 85% put together when
there's two different apps that you can use. You've got the built app, which will take you through in step-by-step instructions, video instructions, how to actually put it together. But it comes 85% assembled, so you haven't got a lot of assembly.
So we'll show you how to fold it up in a minute. I would say that if you are not particularly firm, then get some help putting it together. It's not that it's hard, but you know, it's steel. It is a substantial piece of equipment.
It weighs 33 kilograms in its entirety.
Yes.
Size-wise,
and this whole top bit comes off, so it unlocks here, and you lock that. I can do that. Yeah, and I can too. You lock it into place. You put the handles on, and that's about it.
Yeah,
really.
There's not a lot of assembly to be done, but I love the fact that they're walking you through that. And then when you've actually got it ready to go, what they've also given you is another app called the Move app, which kind of takes you through how to use it, and it gives you different stretch and workouts and things that you can do using this. So again, they're not expecting you to just, here it is, off you go.
But I will say,
they want you to have that confidence using it.
Before the days of YouTube and all of that kind of stuff, when I got my first inversion table, and this is still to this day, and in fact, if anything, it's just been perfected over the years.
Yeah, it's just refined, isn't it?
Refined, good, that's the word I was looking for. If you are somebody that is not of the YouTube generation, or you're just not, you don't use the internet very much or very well, that's fine, because the good old-fashioned instruction booklet is incredibly easy to follow, and it's got loads and loads of information in here. There's a user guide, examples of exercise and usage. I mean, the whole 9 yards. You've got to be quick. We're down to about the last third of the stock, and that is if you're watching. The last third of the stock. If you're watching us live at 1:33 a.m. and 11 seconds or 10 seconds. Oh no, sorry, that's the amount of time left. What time is it actually? 1:26 a.m. live. Yeah, that's the time remaining, wasn't it? So here's a little video that's going to sort of summarise it's a product video, so it summarises the product, funnily enough. But I recommend you check out now. Go and get yourself PayPal sorted if you want to do PayPal online. Otherwise, put it on your credit or debit card. Market-beating price, but only for another hour and 32 minutes live, and then there'll be another hour for +1, and then we give a half an hour wiggle room. It's almost gone. We will get to the exercise bike in a minute, because that's absolutely brilliant. Whether you are a teenager and you want this for fitness and for getting those rock-hard abs, this is your machine, baby. Whether you are someone my sort of age and you're just kind of, 40s to 50s or even 30s onwards, the aches and pains can start to appear. This is absolutely brilliant. But just for daily decompression, daily relaxation, mental decompression as well as physical, and then obviously off into your sort of 60s, 70s, 80s, and if your doctor says you're fit enough, you know, beyond. It is a brilliant, brilliant machine that is life-changing. It was for me. I missed the fact that in the last 7 years I haven't had one. And once I get myself back in shape and I've got my hernia fixed, I absolutely will be on one of these again. And I'm sure that now David's used one, he will be... Well, actually, I'll never get a chance to use it because he'll be on it. I'll be turfing him off it all the time. Please check out now.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe Easy Reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you, so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro-adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable Easy Angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, you get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. Rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter inversion tables are built to last, unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue. Teeter inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation control. Teeter makes the only inversion table FDA registered as a Class 1 medical device, indicated for back pain, muscle tension, sciatica, herniated discs, and more. All major components arrive pre-assembled, and you can follow along with 3D guided instructions via the Built app. Experience why over 3 million people have put their trust in Teeter and how the X3 inversion table is built for the benefits to deliver real, life-changing relief. Feel better, move better, live better with Teeter.
We are almost limited stock on the Teeter, which is like the last 10% of the stock. It's check out or miss out time. That product video was actually very good.
Yes.
I wish I could speak as succinctly as that. But I'm paid to talk for hours. So thanks that my director said so do I. Oh, look, the house lights are on. So what we're going to do is we're going to come and talk about, well, we are here now to talk about the Renpho bike for a little bit. And remember, we've got that amazing marine collagen. We will go back to Teeter. If you've got any questions whatsoever, please email studio@shopontv.co.uk, or you can go to shopontv.co.uk, click on the big live banner, and that will take you through to our show page. And right at the very top, there is, here's the banner. Click, it's very subtle. If you look closer, you can see it says live on air shop now. There's a web message box. Now, we can't reply to that. If you need a reply, please email. If you don't, and it says that you have to click, I understand that we cannot reply to this message. But that if you've got just a question or a comment, if you've got the Teeter already and you want to share your experience, your positive experiences, please do. We've got other great things on the show. We've got some amazing smart body scales. What else have we got on there? There's a jump rope. Oh, there's even, look, if you fancy a little steam pod, a little sauna for the home, we've got those as well. Heated blankets. There's an amazing smartwatch there that lowest ever price on that. And I know Hayley Green always absolutely raves about that, doesn't she? Because she's got a very expensive other one. Yes. And apparently it doesn't do as much as that one does. And so let's talk, shall we? But sorry, I'm just here. You've really got to check out on the teeter. If you don't check out on the teeter, then I will be. There are now more people trying to order it than we have stock available, and I'm probably going to be announcing it. Certainly a limited stock, and then a sellout, I would imagine, soon. There are 10 more people trying to get it than we have stock available. I'm sorry, it's just the most we could get in. They're such a precision piece of equipment. Yeah. You know, they're not sort of mass produced. You know what I mean? Right. Do you know what? I asked Kelly for a 5-minute summary. This is Kelly, by the way. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for coming. For a 5-minute summary on this bike. And what she told me in 5 minutes made me want one. Because I love bikes, actually. Once I start exercising again, I've got an umbilical hernia I have to get fixed. And once I have in the new year, I can start going to the gym again. I can't wait. Because it will really accelerate my slimming. The price is fab. We're £100 off. That price is also a show special. That will also go back up to the full price of $499.99 at 4:30 a.m. So when you decide you want this, I suggest that you get it. Look, I know these are. Yeah, maybe you have to think a minute about whether you're going to spend 400 quid. But what you told me about. There's a very famous brand of home bike, and it's a brilliant brand. I'm not knocking it. But the bikes can be over £1,000, correct? Yeah. And then you have to pay a subscription, which the basic one, which doesn't have all the bells and whistles, is about...
If you want to follow workouts, if you want to kind of follow along with instructor-led classes, or do any of those scenic courses, it's about... Then you're paying about between $12.99, I think it is, for the basic version.
And the premium, when you get all of it, is $28.99, $29.99, something like that.
But which, no,
that's fine. That's their business model. Again, not knocking it. But does this do a similar thing, and how much does it cost me with this bike?
This is a standard exercise bike, but smarter.
Right.
And we'll tell you about that in a second. Yeah. But this has its own app. So it brings you 70 plus classes. Yeah. So instructor-led classes.
Yeah.
Different courses, so you can ride around Paris, you can ride around Italy.
Oh, oui.
You can take some of those scenic rides. You could do fat burning classes. You can also do in the power section. It might be endurance that you really want to.
Spin classes and things like that.
Things like that. There's plenty of different options there, and you're paying.
How much is it?
Nothing. It's
all
free.
Free.
All free. Completely free, and they're constantly updating it with new content as well.
For free, so you don't ever pay. So for all of what you get in here, I would liken that to like a premium subscription. So that's almost £30 a month with certain competitors. This is that's that's £360 a year. Yeah. Every year, and plus over £1,000 for the bike, which again, if you want to go down that route, that's fine. This is $399.99. It's down £100 on our normal price. Very well priced in the marketplace as well, and you get all of the bit that you would have to subscribe to for free.
This is it. I've just literally, I don't know whether you can see on the screen. This is the app itself. Yeah. So it's broken down into 3 different categories.
You don't get the iPad, do you?
You don't. You have to. You actually have to use your own device.
Is it?
So it
can you use a phone? Ah, right.
Could be a phone. Yeah. Could be a tablet. Your choice.
Yeah. Will it take the big tablets as well?
It extends out to a fair distance, so it would probably take a slightly bigger. Oh, I'm out of breath already, Rob. And I've hardly been doing anything.
Oh, I know. I'm really struggling myself. Yeah.
I'll stop for a second. Yeah. But you can see here that it breaks it down into power courses, video courses. So these are your instructor-led classes. So this is what you were talking about. Spin classes. Yeah. You've got somebody there motivating you, pushing you and taking you through that workout. And then you've got those kind of routes.
Should we show you? We'll kind of blow up the video and show it full screen so you can see it. I mean, they are brilliantly made, aren't they? Our director's going to do something clever, but anyway, we're sorting it out now. Please watch this space. But so you said that when those are updated, and they are regularly updated,
Yeah,
they're no additional.
constantly
You can
evolving
just
the
download
content.
them.
Yeah, so they download to your phone or download to your tablet. But that's good enough, isn't it?
Probably not, but it's good.
That in
but
itself, that it's free,
Yeah,
and you're not having to pay for that added subscription.
For sure.
It's not a monthly subscription, but it gets better.
Go on.
The AI,
Such a tease.
the AI part of this is the fact that this automatically adjusts your resistance. So,
but that doesn't the other one do? The one where you pay the subscription.
No.
It doesn't.
No.
So you have to manually adjust
So
the
you have a
bike.
manual dial that you would normally. It's a normal dial that you don't actually see the amount of resistance that you're putting on. So it's guesswork, isn't it? On most standard kind of exercise bikes, you're going quarter turn on, half turn on. You're like, I don't know what that actually is.
No.
You know, when it comes back to doing it a second time, you don't actually know how you're progressing. You're
So
just
this is
kind of. Whereas this is.
So it's an electronically activated braking system or resistance.
So what we've got is a smart motor dampening system in here, which is the same technology that we get in electric cars, and it basically means that you have got that electric motor that is kind of creating that resistance.
So how does the bike know what you can achieve?
OK, so how it works is when you first start using this, you have the opportunity, if you can see there, you've got something called the cycling power test, which is an FTP test, and that's the functional threshold power test.
Functional threshold power.
And that basically means that you're going to take that test and it's going to keep increasing the resistance. Until you say I can't do anymore, and from that, then it can actually work out what your FTP level is. Now that is where that's going into a clever AI algorithm, along with
calibrated specifically for you.
Absolutely. Can and you you're also putting in certain biometrics. Your height, your weight, your age, and your goals.
But what if
do I want
there's
to
a whole
achieve?
family want to use it? Can you have different profiles for different people?
Different profiles for everybody.
And so the bike will operate differently depending on whose profile is.
Well, you will sign in using your name.
Your name, right? So, and then it knows, right? You know, Matilda, she's got really powerful legs. She can do much more than Stefan.
So my so my 19-year-old or nearly 20-year-old, who was a BMXer, he was. He's not anymore, but he was a BMXer. So him and I are going to have very different fitness levels. He's going to be able, his cadence and the power that he will have will be far superior to me. So I'm going to pootle along, and I can do, I could just do a free cycle. Or I could do one of those amazing, amazing classes.
Can you set it manually as well? So let's say you just want to have a little pootle and not use any of the exercises.
Right now, that's what I'm doing.
But then how do you set the resistance?
So the resistance has that resistance dial.
And
you can see there that all I need to do, I'm going there.
And now it's getting harder and harder
and it's 32 levels of resistance.
32.
Now you can start to see
you're struggling
how
on 13.
I'm really slowing down now. My legs are, it's like I'm going uphill. And this is the thing, you know the difference. You know when you're sprinting, it's freer, it's quicker, you're turning those pedals quicker.
Presumably that's what the programs are doing though. So if you're going for a bike ride around Paris, you might go up a hill and then the bike is going to increase the resistance.
Adjust.
So it adds a layer of realism based on the terrain, on the videos. It's extraordinarily good.
It is. Do you know what? There are so many great things about this bike. The fact that it's super comfortable and well made. I'm going to turn that right back down.
So it's on wheels, so you can wheel it around easily. So it's all adjustable. The seat is adjustable up and down, front and back.
You've got
and
that
also the column,
adjustment.
the sort of handle column is as well.
Yeah, because this is all about making sure you've got that great ergonomic positioning, so that you're in that nice upright position. Putting no pressure on the back as well, because you're nice and upright. You've got the adjustment point there, as you just mentioned. Adjustment
it's really
point.
sturdy. Do you know how much it weighs?
About 30 kilograms, I think.
But straps over the pedals as well, so you can do the standing up cycling and all of that kind of thing.
Obviously, what you also can do, if you are somebody that prefers a clip-in pedal, these can be changed.
Oh, can they?
So it's entirely up to you how you want it to. How you want it to feel.
So it looks
but it's
really
a
nice.
really stable, really sturdy.
But it's attractive as a design element in your wherever you put it.
It's carbon steel as well, so you know that you've got a good, well-constructed bike, super comfortable. You know, when you are on a bike, you want to make sure that you've got a wide surface area on the seat.
It's aerated in the middle as well.
And it's really well...
In case you had a curry the
night
before.
Foamed.
Yeah.
It's really well foamed. So for a bigger bottom, this is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's all of these things. You've also got levelers on the bottom of the stabiliser feet as well. So you can level it on your floor. But it really comes on into its own when you're using the AI workouts, because they will be adjusted to your level, so you're never guessing.
No. I'm going to find out just from the producer, because I know we haven't got a lot of the teeter left. So do you want to see, Fraser, do you want to see a programme done? Are you going to do a little exercise of some kind?
Absolutely. So let's take
Oh, actually, okay, well, just a quick one.
OK.
Because we've got to get back to teeter, because teeter's almost sold out, so, yeah.
So let's do, right now, I'm just going into, say, a 5-minute beginner's basic.
Yeah.
So from there, I'm just going to press go, and you can see it's going to take me 3, 2, 1, and go. So from here, I'm just starting moving now. It's already, you can see the cadence. On here, it's telling me my power watts. So it's telling me right now, my estimation, I need to be about 55. So I've got something to aim towards. So at the moment, I'm about 57, so I can bring it down. But it's telling me that I'm matching the power, which is great.
Okay.
So this is just...
So it's guiding you to keep your sort of effort at the right level.
To match it. So it's meeting you where you're at. And then at different points, it will give you different information. You can see that the calorie burn the whole time, the cadence that's on there.
This is cleverer than a lot of the bikes I use at the gyms, and they're thousands of pounds.
Well, it's giving you that real-time progress, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's telling us exactly what we're achieving right now. And then it brings that information into the app, stores that information, and then, as you said, calibrates moving forward where you're at.
It's an amazing piece of kit, and obviously, you know, you can't compare home equipment to gym equipment, because they're made to be used by thousands of people every year and all that kind of stuff. But I must say, it really is very sturdy, very well made. Is it easy to assemble? It's smooth. It's quiet as well.
And that's also because of that kind of dampening system that's in there. It's the same technology used in electric cars. It's like a slight whir.
Yeah, a slight whir. It's a bit like me on a bad day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's a little bit of a video to summarise it, and we're going to go back to teeter. If you've got any questions about the inversion table, please let us know straight away, as soon as you can. studio@shopontv.co.uk. We are down to the last dregs of the stock, but more about that after this. You're watching Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E, and we are, well, we're hanging out tonight, quite literally, with the teeter inversion table. Honestly and truly, if I had a desert, you know, had to pick one desert island product or thing, item, this absolutely would be it. In terms of superior relaxation, I mean, I use it. I haven't got one at the moment, but I've had for 20 years. I've had two in my lifetime, and for 20 solid years, I was on it every day, several times a day. When I'd wake up in the morning, I'd get on it because, you know, and I would invert because it kind of gave me that lovely rush of fresh blood to the brain, like having a cup of coffee kind of thing. That was my experience. It just helped me. I was working out a lot in those days as well, just stretch before I'd run, you know, and running, of course, is probably the worst for decompression or for compression of the spine and various other joints and things like that. So I would use it to stretch before, I'd use it to stretch after, and then in the evening I'd just put some music on and, you know, lower the lighting. Actually, I had a nice blue light bulb, which I'd turn on my blue light, and burn a joss stick or some, you know, aromatherapy oils or something. And it was a way to check out and sort of, not necessarily full on meditate, but you know, just kind of unwind. So you can exercise on this, you can relax on it, you can use it for recovery if your doctor prescribes that as something that would be beneficial for you. But ladies and gentlemen, I did mention, and look, when we give these stock updates, this is not some ploy. It's genuine. We got as many as we could available in the country to offer you today, but so many people, and I didn't actually think it was enough stock, and it's clearly not, because it is now limited, which means we are less than 10%. They're all spoken for. They're all in baskets. In fact, was it 38 people are going to miss out if everyone checks out now, and there are only a handful of them left. So there are not enough to go around. So if you are still watching, if you've been teetering on the edge of making the purchase now, may I, as Scilla would say, it's make your mind up time. I give you my personal promise that I am confident when you buy this, you are going to thank the day you did. You use it regularly. You know, you only have to use it 3 to 5 minutes a day. You'll probably find yourself using it an awful lot more than that, because it's just such an amazing experience. David, my son, our floor manager, used this for the first time tonight. We'll get him back on it in a moment. Whether you are young in your teens and you are fit and active, right the way through to however old you may be, as long as you are fit enough to get on it. And in fact, when Kelly comes up for air, I'll ask her, there are some obvious things or reasons you wouldn't use it, but we'll cover those in a moment. But in fact, while you're there, Kelly, do you fancy doing it just to show people? Could you do a full inversion for us?
I can. I'll have to come back up and take the tether strap off.
Do you want me to get the tether strap off?
What I was going to say was, the feeling for me where I get a lot of pressure into my neck, being even at that 60% and tucking my chin in and feeling just that lengthening through the spine, especially kind of in that cervical spine, is just incredible, because you just cannot get that level of kind of lengthening and
Sorry, you just reminded me. You also get this. Oh, sorry. You get this as well, which is like a lumbar arch, isn't it?
Lumbar arch that sits in. So you've got different kind of holes, so you can increase the amount of curvature. So you can have it slightly flatter. Or if you want to
and also higher or lower. Higher or lower than that.
And what that's going to do is align the hips, and it's going to deepen that stretch.
The hips don't lie, Kelly.
They don't lie. No. Oh, Shakira tells us that, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
And you also get those acupressure nodes as well.
And so those are like if you've got knots, and you can kind of rub into them, can't you? And
it's like a massage therapist that's kind of just trying to get into those knots, loosen off those tense points. You can adjust them because you've got lots of little kind of gauge.
They slide up and down.
They do, and they unscrew. You pop them into the area that you want, and then just make sure that they line up and screw back.
So there are 8 of them, and they're different heights as well. So it's 4 pairs, you said, right?
4 pairs.
So you do get something for a pair in this game. So we're going to untether. Now, the tether, when you're at 30 degrees, which is about that, you're already getting benefits. Kind of optimum benefits for decompression are at 60.
60 is the magic number. You're starting to get benefits from about 20, 30 degrees. But 60, that's when you are getting those full benefits.
And that's the max length of the tether, so you can set it for the full 60 degrees. It's made to such high standards of safety that it's almost, I would say, impossible for it to fail. It's been tested you know, they tested it 30,000 revolutions or sort of oscillations, if you want to call it that. Then that did nothing. So they thought, oh, well, let's try 40. And then eventually they just gave up because they thought we're going to be here forever. It's so well made. Whereas 5 other competitive models failed at 4,000. Now, if you're on that and it fails, and you don't want this thing collapsing.
No.
This. Now, and also, by the way, £300, 21.4 stone. I'm only about £10, £12 out, and then I can get back on it again. That's a good. It's not like if you're half a pound over, then suddenly it's an issue. This would have been tested. I bet you. I don't recommend it. I'm not saying that if you are a lot heavier, you know, stick to the guidelines, but it would have been tested to probably double or triple that. I mean, who knows? Some ridiculous level that never ever will be reached in operation. But that's the point, because the failure point is so high on all of the different aspects of it that it should never ever be reached.
And I think the fact that they've, you know, teeter are the industry leader. They have been around over 4 decades. They've also sold over 3 million units that are being used in households. So maybe they've sold 3 million users, but that could have been, you know, 5 times the amount of people that are actually
gyms,
using it.
Some doctors' offices have them, spinal clinics and things. As I say, my friend had a slipped disc. And on his recovery, once he'd had an operation, he was recommended to use one of these tables. Again, we're not qualified to give any kind of medical advice or prescribe anything, or, you know, check with your doctor. Yes, sorry, I just burst of energy there. Just watching you on it gets me going. No, that's not what I meant. She's a handsome lady, but she is married. Sorry. What?
I knew what you meant, Rob. I knew.
I'm glad somebody did. What are the what are the ailments that one should not? If one has one of the ailments you're about to tell us?
Okay, so
shouldn't use this.
Contraindications that you should check with your GP first, medical professional first. If you've got any kind of maybe eye conditions, something like glaucoma, where it's all about pressure, maybe this wouldn't be right for you. Check with your GP.
Migraines and things like that, or heart conditions,
high blood pressure, pregnancy. You know, it's in your own benefit to check first if there's anything that you're unsure of. Also, if you go onto the teeter website, they give a really clear idea of who they wouldn't recommend it for.
Well, and also, you know, you could always just, if you're talking to your doctor or your medical professional, you could email them the teeter website. You know, it's on all of the paraphernalia, and they could take a look at it. But these are so well known, and the teeter tables are so highly. What's the word I'm looking for? They're so highly regarded in the industry, because they are the #1 brand. They've been going since 1989. And they, you know, in terms of safety, stability, we saw in the little video earlier, we'll show you again how you fold it up. We'll show you that live as well. It comes 85% already assembled. It's very easy to assemble the rest of it. All the tools and everything you need are included, right? If you are older and not quite as sort of capable with weights and things like that, then you might want to get somebody to help you put it together. Once it's put together, you know, you're good to go, and you could slide it down into a cupboard or under a bed or something.
Absolutely. I have mine in the utility room. You know, it's the side when it's fully kind of being utilised, it's the pretty much the size of a kind of yoga mat, isn't it? That's the space you've got to allow for.
Depends how tall you are, but the maximum is 6'6", so you'd need probably 7 foot of clearance either side, so you're not banging things.
If you know you can fit a yoga mat in a space, you can fit this in it, and then we'll show you how folded up it goes into almost like ironing board size. But
first, ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Carey.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. That reminds me, I must subscribe to that sound effects company. You are about to... So now, if you are fighting fit, if you're athletic, and you want to do the world's hardest sit-up, watch this. But it's not just about sit-ups, because also, once you are fully inverted, and you'll notice as Kelly goes back, it's going to click. Right, now it's locked. So now, if Kelly lets go, she is literally hanging freestyle. So you can twist and you can turn to help get all those sort of, you know, knots or what have you out of wherever they are. And also, this is brilliant for stretching before your workout, and also, believe me, after your workout too. But can you do one? Oh no! See, this lady is a fitness instructor.
They're so tough.
If you can get up to your knees with your elbows, I doubt you can.
I can get hands. Does that count?
But that is, if you want a six-pack, that's the way Rocky did it, baby.
Rocky,
you know what I mean?
Can do his full sit-ups.
Now, exactly. The way that you get out of it, because it is locked, is you need to, you can hold onto the bars, and then what you're sort of doing is, actually hold onto one bar, and then if you put your hand on the head of it, on the head of the board, no, the head of the actual the bit you're lying on, the table,
And
now
pull it. I knew there was a way of doing it.
Yeah.
I just forgot.
Sorry, Kelly. I just realised all your clothing was starting to come off. So after my last comment, I thought it was probably best to save you from that. So you see, you can go to that extreme. Now, you could be 6'6" and up to 300 pounds. So you could be really, you could be, and lots of bodybuilders I know do use these, and athletes of all kinds, pro athletes.
Well, if you can imagine as well, if you are somebody that's bodybuilding, then what you're doing is constantly contracting the muscles. They're getting shorter and shorter. What we want to do, and that's creating that tension in the muscle. What we want to be able to do is also stretch out afterwards so that we can lengthen back out. Otherwise, you're getting that imbalance in the muscles.
And also, if you're thinking, crikey, there's no way I could ever do that, well, you don't have to. Because you can also, put your... Well, in fact, we'll get David on again. You can put your tether strap on, and you can just use it to just gently decompress. It's about decompressing the spine. It's decompressing inside and out, but also decompressing your mind, because it's very relaxing. It's just very... I can't describe it. I just can't. It's just amazing. It's an experience.
It's a really lovely feeling. And we always say with any kind of inversion therapy, it doesn't matter which model of the teeter you're using, the biggest thing you can do for yourself is really relax and breathe. Because what happens then, the more we relax, the more the body unwinds. Can
I tell you a fun... Well, I'm going to say fact. It is. And if you want to do your own research, do. I have to be careful about making claims here that we haven't independently tested and verified. But all of the sort of the scientific knowledge that, and you know a lot about this, so you'll correct me if I'm wrong. Relaxation can help you lose weight.
Yeah, it's reducing stress.
Because cortisol is the stress hormone, and cortisol and insulin are the two hormones that store fat. So if you reduce your stress, you reduce your cortisol, then it will also reduce the amount of fat that you're storing.
And also, when we are feeling stressed, what happens is we then look for foods to boost our energy. So anything that we can do to promote that feeling of relaxation, to increase those endorphins, to bring down the cortisol.
And it does give you that, As you can tell, I'm obviously permanently stressed. Right, so would you put the tether strap on, please, once again? Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to single figures. How many people in the ordering process, Fraser? 34 people, and we are down to single figures. So that math does not compute. So if you are one of the last handful of people, it's going to sell out very, very soon. It's just a question of fastest finger first. Who's going to get to the phones? Who's going to get to the website and hit checkout before those other, sort of 22 or 24 or 20, whatever it is, people. So you can go to 0333 241 241. I also want to say here, this is a public service announcement from Rob Lock with an E. If you don't know, if you've never seen Shop on TV before, we've been on ITV1 and STV for 2 years. We're at the start of literally the 1st of December, the start of another 3-year contract extension. So we'll be here with you for the next 3 years at least. And I want you to understand that this is not, we don't pay to be on ITV's airwaves, in a sense. We are a partnership with ITV and with STV. So, we are governed by the same standards that they are, Advertising Standards Authority, specifically for commercial presentations. Ofcom, the Ofcom licence, we broadcast on their Ofcom licence. They are our partners. And so that means we are your shopping show on ITV and STV. So there's more oversight on what we do here than any shop, or certainly any online store. So your money's safe, is what I'm trying to say. You're buying from a reputable channel. Because also, there are a lot of fakes and things out there and knockoffs, and the last thing you want to do is go buy something that you think is safe and made to these incredibly high standards, and then it collapses on you because it was just some cheap knockoff, because they don't care what happens once you bought it. You know what I mean? You're getting a genuine teeter Fitspine X3 table. You're getting it at a market-beating price. Our price is normally $499.99. If you went to naturalliving.co.uk, you would be paying, this is literally as of just 10 to midnight yesterday, £552. Back Care Online have got it for £4. And see, look, Back Care Online, the specialist online retailers do sell these with very good reason. £479.99. Robert Dias, £464.99. Think Sport, again, sports websites also sell them because you can do the hardest sit-up in the world. They're £449.99, as are healthandcare.co.uk. We are £299.99. However, that is only until 4:30 a.m. So the clock that is ticking down on your screen, that's now at 56 minutes and 50 seconds, that's to the end of our live show. And because we also broadcast on ITV1 +1 and STV +1, if you are watching on either of those channels, you might have missed this already. I'm pretty sure you will have done. But check the website. Sometimes, you know, a PayPal doesn't go through, or something, you know, a card doesn't get confirmed, and occasionally you get one or two bounce back. But they don't stay around for long. So the best thing you can do is buy it now. It's not safe, it's not reserved, you're not locking in that price by putting it in your basket and thinking, I've got it in my basket, so now that, you know, at 4:30 I'm immune from the price going up. No, it will go up in your basket. And in fact, if somebody comes along who's going to pay for it and yours is the last one left, it's just going to say, sorry, this item is no longer available, or something to that effect. So you can only benefit from this, and it is something that the whole family will benefit from, if you have a family. Because if you've got youngsters who are, you know, athletic and exercising, and maybe they're playing football or rugby or, you know, whatever, or hockey, whatever it may be, this is a wonderful piece of equipment for fitness, certainly in terms of strengthening your core, but also very specifically, it's the best stretch you'll get before and after a workout. Kelly, nothing, you don't think, this is our opinion, but you're a fitness professional, I'm not. But there is no better stretch that you can do without a piece of equipment than the stretch you get with this.
I know how I feel, the comparison of when I'm doing certain stretches kind of on the floor versus using gravity to stretch out. Yeah. It's not comparable. No. You literally feel your whole body opening out. Yeah. But it's not just muscles that are being kind of temporarily relaxed and the tension being released, and you can almost feel
joints,
everything.
Ligaments, you know, it's everything inside and out, really.
For me, I can really feel hips, joints are really sore, ankles and knees now are starting to feel sore, and I can feel that space is being created within the joints.
Do you ever get that thing where you've been sitting down all day, and sometimes when I recline on my sofa, and I get one hip, and it'll either be one or the other, and it's suddenly, it's aching, and I can't get to sleep.
It's almost like a bursitis, isn't it?
Yes,
it's like a deep pain into the hip area.
And it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, and what I used to do, if I ever got that before, I'd jump on this, and it was, you know, lickety-split, sorted. But so, I mean, again, I can't wait to get one of these, and you know, when we move up north, because now we're broadcasting from Manchester, and I'll get a house instead of a flat. And also, once I get my hernia fixed and and below the £300, which I'm not far off now, I can get one of these back into my life again. It's not having one of these was like not having a car for 7 years. I've got a car now, but in London I didn't need a car, but I missed it so much every single day.
And it's preventative, you know. I kind of liken it to brushing your teeth. Yeah. We brush our teeth every day. Because we want to stop the cavities and the decay. Sure. And it's not something that you just do once and all of a sudden you're never going to have another fillet, cavity.
Yeah, wouldn't that be good?
It's something that you have to upkeep. This is the same. This is about improving spinal health, it's the same principle. A couple of minutes a day, a few times a day. Yeah. So we're not asking you to commit a lot of time to it, but what you're doing then is allowing that kind of rehydration of the disc. Yeah, yeah. And we know one of the biggest and most common issues with kind of those niggly back issues that we have are our discs. Whether it's because they have, you know, whether it's because they're bulging, because they are herniated, because maybe it's also, you know, degenerated disc.
Yeah.
The way we keep those discs cushioned and flexible
well,
is with inversion,
will show,
because we are rehydrating and getting that fluid and nourishment back
That's
in.
why there is a therapeutic aspect to this. That's why a lot of clinics do have them, particularly back, you know, neck and back clinics and what have you. If you've got a gym, a spa, a health club, you know, a clinic or a, you know, a practice of your own, this price, I'm sure, will be, you know, compared to what a trade price would be. I mean, it's 200 quid off. So I think you're getting a only if you buy it now, though. We had somebody earlier actually buy 3 of these. But it is the sort of thing that you'll use it all the time, your family will use it all the time. I will say this, and this is my advice. When you get it, put it together straight away. Don't leave it in the box, because otherwise you'll just leave it in the box. And once you put it together, try it immediately, because once you've done it once, it's a bit like trying a sticky bun. You take your first bite, and then you're hooked, you know, kind of thing. Listen, we're going to get the floor manager. What was your name again? David. Yeah, I'm going to get the floor manager back in a moment. We'll show you how to fold it up and all that. And again, if you've got any questions, we'll check our emails to see if we've had any questions come through. We are down to the last handful. Honestly, it's hanging on by a thread. Please check out. And again, it doesn't matter what age you are. Yes, it can be used therapeutically, but it also can be used for fitness. It can be used in conjunction with other types of fitness in terms of stretching. It's very important to stretch, and anyone who's into fitness will know this. This is probably the best stretch you're ever going to get before and after your workout. It's amazing for relaxation. If you meditate, or if you do any kind of just sort of mental stillness exercises, I can tell you for a fact that you become one with this machine, metaphorically speaking. Once you get to that, being able to control it, and it happens very quickly, it becomes like driving a car. You know, it's where you're not thinking about doing it, and you'll go off into your own little world, and you feel like you are floating on air. Can I tell you a secret? I shouldn't admit this. I'm a huge Superman fan. And I would always... I felt like I was... All right, I didn't have Lois Lane with me, but I was up and away.
You're superhuman.
I was superhuman.
Love it.
Look, up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Yeah, it's a bird. Sorry, I used that joke the other day. Here is the man who has... where the teeter table gets its name from, Roger Teeter. You know, into his 80s, who was fit, vital, whole and virile, and he absolutely swore by this and attributed a lot of his fitness and certainly his flexibility, his agility to the teeter table, and that's why he gave it his name.
Hi, I'm Roger Teeter. My wife and I started the company that builds the teeter inversion table in 1981. Use of the teeter is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year. Perfect because it gets rid of stress, takes the joint pain away, improves flexibility, corrects posture, and gets you ready to do the things you really want to do in the new year, like sports, working out, or like in my case, keep up with the grandkids. Adjust it for your height. Don't forget, put the safety strap on that stops it at an angle you're comfortable with. Now, the table will not go any further than that. Step in, clamp your ankles, and then lean back and relax. Oh, no workout. This is all gain, no pain. Because you aren't doing anything, gravity is doing the whole workout for you, elongating your body, taking the pressure off those sore joints, improving flexibility. You know, you can mobilize your body a little bit to encourage it to elongate. It will elongate 1, even 2 inches, you know, and it just feels so good to get rid of the stress and be able to start an active new lifestyle. You've got to be curious what inversion could do for you. You know what gravity's doing to you. It's stealing your body shape, it's stealing your flexibility, it's stealing your height, it's stealing your posture, and it's stealing your ability to be active. This is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year in 1 minute while you kick back and enjoy a great stretch.
So we've welcomed back to the studio and to the show David Locke with an E. Can you do the E thing?
With an E.
No, you did it backwards, you see. I practiced for years doing it forwards.
With an E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're related, sorry, can't help it.
Sorry about him. I don't let him out the house much.
We've got some emails. This is from Mick. Hi, Mick, how you doing? Sorry, I know you emailed this a little while ago and it took us a while to get to it. I need this question answered, please. It's a genuine ask. I've owned a teeter hang-ups. Teeter hang-ups was the original teeter table. That's what I had. Yeah. So if you've got a hang-ups, it's just an earlier model of this. 20 years, over 20 years, like me, but not used it for around 4 to 5. I have atrial fibrillation. Therefore, I take medications including blood thinners. So having said that, is it safe to still use the machine? I swear by it for back and hip aches, etc. Please have Kelly reply to my question. Well, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, always we'd say speak to your medical professional. This isn't something that we would feel comfortable
Well, we're not
answering.
doctors. You know, I might play one on television occasionally, but no, we're not. So just call your GP and just ask them if it's okay.
I love that he's seen the benefits, though, previously.
But 20 years he had
in back and hips.
I know.
And I think what he's reinforcing there is that once you buy one of the teeter inversion beds, it's with you for life. You know, it's not something that you have to upgrade. You know, they all do the same thing. It's just they get more and more refined.
Do you know the only reason the reason I haven't got a table anymore is because the first one, where was I? I was living in Florida. And then I had to come back to the UK and I had nowhere to keep it. So I gave it away to a friend. And then when I moved back to the States, I didn't have one, so I got another one. And then when I moved back to England from the States, 7 years ago, I had to leave it there. And so I gave that one away as well. So otherwise, this will be... And I know what Mick is saying. If you've used it for 20 years, because I used it for 20 years, and then suddenly you don't have it anymore, you feel like a bit of you is missing, and a really important part of your life. This will become a huge part of your daily routine, I'm sure, because it's that good. But you'll find out when you use it. I can't explain it. You won't get it till you've tried it. I know you understand in principle, which is why we're almost sold out. We've got literally, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them left. It's the next people to check out will get it. But it just becomes, you'll hate the days you don't get time to use it, or a chance to use it, or if you're not at home or something like that. Particularly if you work from home and you're sitting in front of a computer all day long, or if you're a housewife or a house husband and you've been going about your daily routine and your chores and all that, and you're just aching and you kind of get on this, and it not only does it help you relax, but it helps you stretch out all of the sort of the knots and wrinkles and what have you, because you've got the acupressure as well if you want it. If you don't like that, I don't like it personally. That's just me. I take it off unless I have a specific ache in a part of my body, and then I do put just in for that, and I kind of work it out. You
might have a trigger point, like a trigger knot around your shoulder blade, or into your lower back, and these are all fully adjustable, different heights as well, 4 sets of different heights.
And I love the lumbar arch as well, if you've got a particular problem with your lumbar region.
You can set that to really align the hips or to give you a deeper stretch. This is the beauty of it. You've got these extra tools to just enhance your experience. But the thing is, if you are somebody that is experiencing some discomfort into the lower back, upper back, into the hips, this can be like the antidote, or temporarily. But I want to get David back on.
I've got a couple more emails, so we'll just get David to hop on and start.
First of all, David, because I haven't changed the height, and you're not going to move unless I change the height.
Oh, you haven't changed the height. Apologies.
I wanted to show first of all the difference in height. So if you look at the difference,
I'm an entire foot taller than Kelly.
Hold on,
it's just a little bit.
You have to look carefully, but Do
you think just a little difference, isn't there?
Wow.
If I stand on my tippy toes.
Should I take a knee now?
Yeah, go ahead.
But what we want to show you there is this is suitable for all members of the household. It doesn't matter whether you're 6'3" or 5'3".
Well, what's the lowest to the highest?
So 4'8" to 6'6".
There you go.
And up to 300 pounds, which is 136 kilograms, so about 21.4 stone. So what you need to do in order to adjust it so that you can use it versus how I've got it set up is you've got the height adjustment shaft in the centre there. So we're just going to change the height and we're changing that to 6 foot. We checked this earlier to 6'1".
Because he's got long legs, apparently.
I do.
This is it. Like you said earlier, this is kind of like a fulcrum system.
It's exactly like a fulcrum.
You want the weight distribution to be equal each side of the pivot point.
Sure.
So because David's got long legs, we need to kind of try and
gets that from his
shorten his legs and lengthen his height.
Exactly. Yeah. So, now, I will say also, if you use this at the end of the day, this has occurred to me, and you get on it, and you use it for a little bit.
Slightly smaller.
Well, no, it's going to. If at the end of the day, it's going to make you taller. So actually, you might find when you start using it at the end of the day that you have to get off and adjust it, or bend your knees slightly to
so
adjust
I can get even taller now.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, carry on.
6'5". Who knows? So what we've also done, so we've adjusted the height. Then you need to make sure that the tether strap is on because David hasn't used this much. We've adjusted it. Are you comfortable with it being to 60 degrees, or do you want me to shorten it?
I trust you blindly.
If you start going back and you feel like you're going too fast, just move your arms forward. That's all you got to do.
I mean, I'm a newbie at this, and I'm excited to use this. I actually, I'd like one for Christmas, to be honest.
That's the thing, because the two things the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling are the only two fears that we're built with, that we're born with.
Yeah.
So there is a reaction but you can't fall, it can't break, the strap's not going to break, nothing. You're safe. You're just totally safe. The first time you might go, ooh, but after that, you know the score.
And you may, it's recommended maybe the first time to have maybe another family member spot you when you first do it.
Yeah.
Just to get familiar with it. But if you only had it at the 20 degrees, which is where you started, you're only inverting slightly. So you're getting used to that movement. Now, I'm going to get you to step in. So step in from the sides, and you can see that we have the ankle dial there, so I'm going to make sure that it's on its lowest point because David's a lot taller and he's got
about the shoes.
higher shoes. And we've also got the Ergo Embrace cups there, patented foam cups that sit close into the ankles. So this needs to make sure it's at the smallest part of your ankles. You've got that extended ankle locking system as well, which means that you don't have to bend over much in order to release the cups. And then we want to lock them into place. And can you feel how
I'm
do
secure?
They feel comfortable and
I can't get out.
Okay, great. And as you actually go into that inversion, there'll be a double click, so that gravity will click a second security lock in there as well. So from here, all I want you to do is start to use one arm at a time to start to rotate yourself backwards.
That's one.
So now start to use the second one, and you'll see that David will start to come up really slowly. So we're going really controlled, and David's, just starting to get used to this movement. So I love the fact that he is controlling it so smoothly, and that's because of this precision control. And then he's just going to keep coming.
Yeah, you can go back further. You've still got a way to go, but just take it slow. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Perfect. And you
now twist your hips, or twist your torso a little bit.
So you can use these, use the actual EZ handles to kind of twist your body to come to each. So the right hand goes towards the left handle.
Can I grab your hand, Dave?
Bigger stretch.
Sure, you can take my hand.
Go all the way back. Go all the way back.
Yep. And I'm back.
But so you see these handles here.
Yep.
So they come all the way down. So even when you're back, you can grab them here without changing your.
And rock myself.
Well, you can twist.
Right.
Them. But if you grab them lower down, then you're not going to affect your balance. You're not going to come up, because if you grab them at the top, you're going to come up, right?
Right.
Do you see what I mean? So just
I'll
grab
go
them lower
further
down.
back. Okay.
Yeah. But while we're doing this, so Lynn, hi Lynn, says I have vertigo. Would this Teeter Inspire X3 inversion table be okay for me to use? Again, it's a check with your doctor.
Again, I think it's, you know, it's down to the user, and I really would suggest that you check with your doctor first. We can't give any...
Yeah. So there you go. So now you can grab the handles lower down. Yeah, you go, right. And you see how also the bed, because it's got suspension...
Oh, I just felt my back pop.
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
And we talked about that earlier, how, you know, you're holding so much tension into your back.
Yeah, stretch your arms out as well if you want to.
You start to almost feel, hear that kind of clicking, and you likened it. What was your analogy? It's like the string of pearls, wasn't it?
Where
it kind of all loosens off.
Aligning inside and out. By the way, Susan, hi Susan, how are you doing? This we can answer. Could this be used in a therapy setting? I am a Bowen therapist and I'm interested in exploring this as additional options for my clients. Absolutely. It is... Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the first time I ever saw a teeter table, I was in a gym environment.
Yeah. And this is not like a home use one versus a commercial. No. This absolutely would be the same one you'd see in therapy.
Remember, it's about, you know, it doesn't matter. This is... All members of the family can use these. These have been tested up to 40,000 rotations. The quality and the build quality and the materials used are such a high standard. This is suitable for any kind of professional.
And also because they tested it initially to 30,000, which is
rotations.
Rotations. It's not obviously it's not a full rotation, but you know what we mean. From fully inverted all the way back. Well, no, I suppose it is a full rotation.
That's how they call it.
Goes all the way around, doesn't it? Yeah. So 30,000, and then it still showed no signs of giving up. So they tried another 10,000.
Yes.
And then after that, they just went, well, this we might as well just give up because no one's ever going to get to probably to 40. So we just got 2. So I bet that's another therapy. Potentially, or I don't know, it could be family and friends. I don't know. But look, if you know somebody that could benefit from this, we've only got literally a couple of them left. So if you want to get it, we're down £200, but that price goes back up at 4:30 a.m. So the clock over in the corner is the countdown to the end of our live show. Then there's an hour on ITV. Let me try that again. There's an hour left on ITV1 +1 and STV +1. And then we give about half an hour wiggle room, and that's it. 4:30 a.m. hard stop. Our systems automatically will click that back up by £200. So if you wait to come back later in the day, I realise you may have I want to talk to my doctor first, and I apologise because it's a show special. It won't be available at that price if you wait. We do have a refund policy, so look, you know if you can make an educated guess that this is going to be safe for you to use, which again, it's really the broad stuff, isn't it? Like heart conditions, very high blood pressure, etc.
Sorry, Rob, I'm interrupting you there, but I'd also go onto the Teeter website because they have a long list of the content.
Is it just teeter.com?
Teeter.com, yeah. Or that would probably be the best place for you to get who can't use this.
Sure.
That, you know, that's a good reference point. But also, when you go on to Teeter, the great thing about that is because they are FDA registered as a grade 1 medical device, they can tell you more than we can tell you what this can do for you.
So they're actually registered with the FDA?
FDA registered as an FDA grade 1
medical device. So the FDA is the Food and Drug Administration. It's an American oversight type of organisation. Very strict, obviously, and so you can get FDA approved and FDA registered. And there's a difference. So the register for it to be registered as
approved.
They're approved. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yes, there's approved, or there's another one which is like they've said, it's probably okay. But this one, they've tested it and made sure this is absolutely approved as a grade 1 medical device. Yeah. And again, remember that Teeter, Roger Teeter was an aircraft engineer, aviation engineer, and so in aviation they have this thing called Six Sigma. I think it's in all types of sort of, you know, if they're making something that is going to be used commercially, like an aeroplane or something like that, the failure point has to be so far beyond any potential possible use case scenario that it literally it's almost impossible for it to fail.
Yeah.
And that's really the sort of level of standard that we're talking about. Whether it's exactly to Six Sigma, I don't know. But they've tested this above and beyond using all of the strongest, sturdiest components, and it's just, you are safe on this. You're
I feel safe. I feel extremely safe.
It's so stable, isn't it?
And relaxed.
Yeah. Isn't that lovely doing that rocking thing?
My back feels great.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can hear it in your voice, and you can hear that you've
Absolutely.
kind of become, you know, the tone of your voice has lowered. It's like it's just created that relaxed response. But also, I think the fact that teeter give a 5-year warranty.
5-year warranty. Do you get that? Do you have to register it, or do you get it? It's just
you get it with it, but you have got a QR code on the user guide that takes you through that. But the fact that that supports a 5-year warranty tells you that A, they've been around a long time. They know they're going to continue to be around a long time. But B, they are fully confident in the construction and design and build of their teeter tables. How does that feel when you're using that, David?
I feel so absolutely relaxed.
Well,
I could sleep on this.
You can't wait for us to get one of these in the house.
Oh, Christmas is coming up, you know. I'm just saying.
You have to get Fraser to order us one. No, honestly, the minute
there's not many left.
We've got literally like 2 or 3 left. I think it is.
I was able to balance myself perfectly earlier.
You're really getting used to it now, aren't you? It becomes unconscious, you know. I think that was all the emails. Yeah. So if you've got any other questions, please check out now. It's not safe. It's not yours until you've paid for it, and you haven't locked in or saved or set aside that special price by putting it in your basket. You have to actually pay for it. That's the only way you can guarantee to get that price. But it is it's last call, last orders, please, ladies and gentlemen. Look, at the end of the day, we're not talking about a teeter table. We are talking about and showing you a way to improve your life, to improve the quality of your life. You know that saying that everything heads south as we get older? Well, for a few periods a day, so you're making it so that everything's heading north again. You're literally turning that process on its head. And all of the things, all of the bad effects that you get from gravity pulling you down or pushing you down. Actually, technically, it's not doing either of those things, but we're not going to get into that right now. But it has an effect, and you've seen it. You know, the old lady, the old gentleman that that hunched over and all of that. Now, some of that could be ailments and what have you. And I'm not saying that gravity's done all of that, but certainly I think we can all accept that it is a contributing factor. And you've probably done it yourself when you've been sitting all day and you get up, and it takes a while, doesn't it, before you can stand up fully straight. Even if you're sort of young and spry like me. So you have in your home, when you get this, or wherever you put it, wherever you decide, maybe it's the office, maybe it's the she shed or the man cave, something like that. This is a device that, whether you are young and fit and want to use it for stretching before and after workouts, doing the hardest sit-up that you'll ever do, and also the thing is that what a lot of the youngsters do, or the fit people do, is they go and get gravity boots. Then you have to have a bar that you install, over your door and all this kind of thing. This gives you that benefit, only a lot safer, and also all of the other benefits too. So anyone in your family, if you have a family, can use it for different reasons. And as you get older, I promise you, the day they put you in a box or take you to the crematorium, this will probably still be sitting around, going strong. They are built to such ridiculously high standards. You're safe, and you can feel better. If you're older, can you remember what it was like when you were younger, and you didn't have the aches and pains that maybe you have now, where it was easy to get around, when you were agile, and it was just a different experience then, wasn't it? And as we get older, what do? We put up with it. We try to get used to it. We just accept, oh well, that's me getting old. Or we medicate, or self-medicate. And this is a way to help recapture some of your agility potentially for a lot of people. It's a way to unwind and forget about the day. The rest, maybe you have a complicated, busy life, and it's hard to stop sometimes and just you know, take a moment. When you're on this is your excuse to do it. It's amazing to do it when you wake up. It really can help invigorate you, and it's amazing to do before you go to bed. But if you don't believe me, when you first get it, or while you're waiting for it to arrive, and it'll be with you, what are we now, Saturday, probably by the middle of the week. It comes 85% assembled, so it's easy to put together, and it folds away. That's the one thing we haven't shown yet, although it is in the video, but we'll do that in a minute. Your life, the quality of your life will increase, and you know, if you're getting years, potentially, I don't know, I can't put a number on it, but I had 20 years of use out of teeter. For $299.99, it's nothing a year to own one of these when you think of it like that. Plus, you're saving £200. But I tell you what, people who pay full price, if you had, you'd be happy that you did. You don't have to trust me, but when you do, I promise you that I think you'll find that you'll be very glad that you made the decision to buy this now. Right, now, oh sorry, I thought we were going to a video. We are, but it's a different product, so I have to tell you about that before I thought I was being so clever, my little clever presenter segue there. Collagen, I take this every day as well. It's blooming amazing. Here's Diane.
Diane joins us. Now, your background is beauty. You were a beauty therapist for a number of years, and you still are, really.
Absolutely. So, background, yes, all about beauty, anything to do with skin and health and how we can treat the body and really look after the largest living organ. I mean, simple as.
Liquid collagen has blown me away.
Liquid collagen is, now we originally started to develop this just for skin, and then we had the benefits of it's amazing for not only skin, but for hair, for nails, and for joints. So if you think about collagen, we know over 70% of the body, of the skin, is made up of collagen, but over 30% of the protein in the body is collagen.
Gosh.
And we'll deplete that year after year after year.
So that can be your joints, your ligaments?
Your joints, your ligaments, your tendons. Collagen is the building block of everything within the body.
And this is the depletion we're talking about.
Yeah, and we see ourselves as we age, but we feel as we age as well, don't we?
And it might be something as simple as, you know, a roll over in bed isn't just a quick flip, or a get up from the couch isn't as easy as what it used to be. You go for a walk and you feel a bit stiffer, or you exercise and it takes you more than a couple of days to recover. So this collagen is great because it literally, you are going to take one shot per day for 10,000 milligrams of collagen.
Now that's important, the dosage, isn't it?
That's huge, absolutely. So really, there's lots of other collagen brands out there. Some of them might be 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. This is 10,000 milligrams, and it's only one shot. Wow. That's the other beauty. And it's in a liquid formulation.
And it tastes great.
And it tastes great.
It tastes great. I've got mine in my fridge. It tastes amazing. Every morning my body wants it.
Absolutely. And when you don't take it, that's when you know, don't you?
Isn't it amazing?
I find I'm more tired. So, you know, out and about a lot. If I miss a day or two, it's amazing how I notice my energy levels start to decline. But when I take it regularly, every day, you know, one of these bottles will last you 3 weeks, 20 days, and a 25ml shot each and every day.
Okay.
But for me, it's part of my morning routine. Wake up, open the fridge, out comes the milk for the coffee, out comes the collagen's taken, the kettle's on, it goes back, and I'm done. And it's the simplicity of it that is beautiful.
It is that super boost. Now, when it comes to advanced liquid collagen, it is about all those results. The flavour is gorgeous, but it's going to help with things like skin, hair, nails. There's so many benefits.
Absolutely. And this is the way, you know, topically, we're great at sort of working on the face area, maybe the hands, but we're not as great with the body skin, okay? This treats literally from the top of your head to the tips of your toes in one 25ml shot.
Because we notice the difference under our arms, don't we, as we age? our legs at top of your knees.
Exactly.
What goes on?
The texture changes, the skin changes. You're losing those fatty acids. The collagen is depleting. So this is a super simplistic way. Take one shot each and every day. And it's the 25ml. That's what gets me. It's that one little baby shot. The measuring cap comes literally as your measure. So the cap comes, it's included. Take one of those, but you are treating from up here down to the base of your tippy toes.
That's incredible,
isn't it? It's amazing.
Beauty from inside out, but it's not just about your skin and your hair and your nails, it is about your joints as well. I've got mum onto this, she's in her 80s, her next birthday she's 86. It's never too late, is it, to make that difference?
It's never too late. I have a neighbour of mine who calls it his magic potion. Joe is 86 and he's like, I've run out of the magic stuff, Diane, where is it? And his wife Margaret, so she's about 82, Margaret comes along, you got any magic potion? I've got magic potion for you. But I think it's that whole, if you find that you are feeling a little bit more stiff, if you just don't feel that you've got the energy you used to have, or maybe you're trying to recover from an operation, you know, sometimes, or you've been on like meds for lots of years, and sometimes your body just needs that boost. This is a great way, a healthy way, because it's packed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, so they're the most prolific and abundant in the body naturally. It's also got the gorgeous hyaluronic acid in there. Now, we love that for skin, but we also love it for joint mobility and motion. We've then got things like vitamin C. We've got B4, B5, B7, B6, B12. It is absolutely packed.
They're all vitamins we hear constantly our bodies should have, aren't they?
Totally. So all the vitamins are packed in here. We need obviously the vitamin C to help it get all around the system. But we've then got things like biotin. So with your hair, if you're struggling with fine hair, lots of breakage, perfect. If your nails feel really, really weak, I mean, I've laughed now, my nail girl is like, not again. Every 2 weeks she's like, do they need cutting again?
Why are they growing so quick?
Because they're growing so quickly, and she's literally like, no gel on you, you can only have polish these days, because it's just like, it's a super thickness. So it really is about, it's about strength, it's about sort of helping to repair and rebuild what's natural in the system through one single shot a day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I took this before I came to work. What I would recommend to you, do you mind, Kelly, if I just, while you have a little relax, if I just say a few words about the collagen? Does anyone object to that? I didn't realise, and probably, I don't know if from that video the pennies dropped and you've gone, oh my gosh, this is the thing that's been missing from my life in terms of, you know, an ingestible type of product. But the thing is, I'd actually, if I had a choice where I had to take either my collagen or my multivitamin, if I could only take one or the other, I'd take the collagen. This is sort of, I think, the most essential daily supplement that you really should take every single day, because yes, you know, multivitamins and things like that and other different types of vitamins, they will give you whatever is in them, you know, and benefits from whatever is in them. But but you can get a lot of that if you eat good food, good quality food, you know, so you're getting a lot of that anyway. But the one thing you absolutely are not getting, the only time you are, is, let's say if you eat a chicken leg and you eat the gristle, because that's collagen, because the gristle, that's exactly what it's made of. But also, you know, your skin is collagen, elastin, you know, those are the building blocks of skin, but also hair and nails and things like that. The reason we wrinkle as we get older is because the foundation of your skin, that's collagen, and it's basically depleting rapidly from your 20s onwards. I mean, literally, if you're in your early 20s, your collagen is starting on a journey of absolute decline. And I'm not just talking about 1 or 2%. You know, by the time you're in your sort of 80s, you've lost. I haven't got the graphic. There is a graphic that would show this, but it's something stupid like 60 or 70 or 80% of your collagen. So basically, that means that what's holding the skin up and keeping it firm, that foundation goes away, and so it's like sort of a sinkhole. You know what I mean? When the ground gives way and it sort of collapses in at the top. That's essentially part of the reason, or one of the main reasons, you get wrinkles. So I'm not saying that this is going to stop you from wrinkling, because you can only put so much collagen back into your body. Your body will only allow you to replace, it's about 12.5 to 15,000 milligrams a day. So, but a lot of collagen supplements are 4,000 or 5,000. They're actually not giving you enough collagen really to do the good, the most amount of good that you can get. Whereas this is, you know, 10,000. That is pretty much. Yeah, I do what they call a shot and a tot. So I do a full full. The cap comes on actually on top of the bottle, so you get the little measuring cap. You do one a day. But you can do another little half. I do 1.5. I've actually now since gone and got. There's a version of this made by a company that's also part of ERC. They now do a 15,000 milligram strength, so I actually just take that now. But you're getting as much back into your body as your body will allow. And it's because it gives you energy. It gives you a boost, a bit like. I'm not saying that it's the same sort of strength as an energy drink, for example, but I don't know. It's kind of the equivalent of a cup of coffee for me, anyway. So if you are somebody that works during the day, take it when you wake up. Or if you want the maximum sort of boost in the morning. If you're a night worker like me, I take it in the evening because that's before I come to work. I take lots of vitamin C and lots of collagen, and I'm ready to go. So just bear in mind, if you take it at night and you're a day walker, then it might keep you awake a little bit. But it is brilliant stuff. It's natural flavouring. It's naturally sweetened. It's stevia that they use to sweeten it, so it is keto friendly and all of that kind of stuff. It's brilliant. Now the other thing is, Fraser, are you able to quickly go to the ERC website and find this on their website? Because we get such an amazing price, $29.99. It's I believe better than half price. So certainly for our regular price, it's half price. But I can't. What is it on? I think on ERC. We'll find out in a moment. It's more than that, I think. So the fact is that you can buy two, really, for realistically what the price of one should be. But ERC give us such an incredible discount because they don't do samples, they don't do testers, because they don't believe you ever get enough efficacy from a tester to be able to tell whether it's working or not. And they do recommend, it depends from person to person. There we go, it's $79.90. We can show it potentially if you want to see their website live. 7C, yeah, here we go. So here it is, 500 ml. It's exactly the same product, $79.95. That's ERC's website right now. So you could buy two from us and still save 20 quid compared to buying one from ERC. Each bottle lasts for 3 weeks. Each bottle will have on the cap a best by or best before date. It varies because it's bottled fresh generally, so it can be up to, I believe, a year or even longer. But you'll know. And the fact is, each bottle lasts 3 weeks, so it's going to be gone before it ever expires. But what you don't want to do is have it now and then wait a few days and then do it. But you want to do it every day because it's consistency. It's make it a sort of a daily habit. But also, and I said this to Jamie, our CEO, because he wanted to try one. He said, I'll try a bottle. I said, no, don't. You want to try 2 bottles, because for some people, yes, it can happen more quickly, 3 to 4 weeks maybe, but for most people, their recommendation, ERC's recommendation, is you need about 6 weeks to really start feeling the benefits and potentially seeing benefits as well in your hair, your nails, your skin and all that kind of stuff. But if you are someone who's prone to aches and pains, obviously get the teeter table, but you'll notice that they may go away. And for me, I get this thing in my hip. And when I'm taking the collagen, I never get it. But when I went on holiday for 2 weeks and I forgot to take my collagen with me, and it came back, and it was a couple more days of getting back into the collagen when I returned, and it started to go away again. So individual results will vary, obviously, but you generally will feel and notice a benefit as Jamie did. But give it 6 weeks. So buy 2 bottles if you can. That would be my recommendation. Or just trust, in which case just buy it. Stock up now, because also this sells out all the time. Lots and lots and lots of people already multi-ordering. That is the smart way to go, because you could get up to a year. So you get 4 if you wanted. 4 3s are 12. That's 12 weeks. Well, no, you get as many as you want, as many as you can afford. But buy for the next 6 months, because I tell you what, when this stock sells out, I've no idea when we're going to get it back in again. We had a period of about 2 or 3 months where we couldn't get it in stock. So it's grab it while you can, basically. But it is really good stuff, and I heartily recommend it. Now, we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have one left. Who wants it? And there are 35 people trying to get the last one. Now, I know it's, what is it, probably 2:30 or something like that? Oh, is it 2:45? Blimey, time flies when you're having fun.
It does indeed. Or if you're upside down.
Or if you're upside down, yeah. Time does fly when you're upside down, that's for sure. That's why upside down cakes are so happy.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is, yeah. So look, it's $299.99. Kelly, Actually, I think it's the pineapple helps too. What if it's a pineapple upside down cake? If it's not a pineapple upside down cake, they don't.
We're all about cakes, aren't we, this evening?
That's because the teeter is
like. Is it inspired by my birthday cake?
Yeah, it is. Which if you don't eat it, I will.
It's going home with me.
Going
don't
home
you
with
worry.
you, but it is. So look, for the last person who's actually got an opportunity to buy this, and look, if you miss it tonight or to this morning, keep a note of the item number, and we'll try and get it back in stock. Obviously, why is it a must-have for anyone from the age of, I don't know, what, 14 up?
Do you know what? There are so many people that could benefit from this, whether it's because you want to use it for preventative, you know, you just want to keep your body in the best kind of postural alignment.
Sure.
You want to keep those muscles at their kind of normal length.
Yes.
You just want to feel good in your body. As you said, there is also that element of relaxation and self-care to it as well. Or if you are somebody that is struggling a little bit with niggles in their kind of any part of their back.
Yeah, sure.
This can really help to unravel. It can temporarily rehydrate those discs. You know, this is one of the only things, apart from sleeping, that I know puts us in the right position so that we can get that nourishing fluid back in the disc so that they can become more pliable and flexible and cushioned and they can do their job.
But as you said, this is
shock absorbers.
This is actually it's more effective than sleeping because when you're lying down,
you've still got compression.
30% compression still happening on your body, whereas this it's zero. It's completely decompressing,
and that's not at full inversion.
No, it's at
60%, which is what myself and David have been doing tonight. So we're not suggesting that you have to go into that full inversion. You know, it's not something to be scared of. It's something that you build up to. You start on the 20-30 degrees. You then build up to the 40 degrees, you then build up 50 to 60 degrees. And at that magic spot, at that 60 degrees, that's when you're getting those amazing benefits, where you start to feel the body open up, where you start to feel the space within the vertebrae, because that's what we're doing. We're creating that air and that space between the vertebrae so that they're not irritating and putting pressure on the disc. The discs, we're allowing them to rehydrate, so they're not irritating maybe the nerves. So all of a sudden our body just feels better, and we must at some point speak to David again and just get his view on how he felt.
You still got your mic on, Dave? Yeah, come on in.
David, you came straight off and gave your...
I did.
Yeah. Just wait 1 second, Dave, because we're just showing a little video here. So this is... I didn't even know this story. I don't think you ever told me this. So what happened?
So about 3 years ago, I was really into fitness. I was the healthiest I had ever been. And I started doing deadlifts, and it's obviously very important to do, keep an eye on your form. And I had done about 5 reps at the time. I was trying to hit a PR, being all excited. Yay! A PR, personal record.
Oh, I see.
For weights and lifting.
Got it.
Sorry, gym terms, sorry.
Is that American? PB
no, it's universal.
Best. Okay.
And I went to do this last rep, and my legs shook, and that's a clear sign of don't do it. And I still did, and I pulled my whole back. And for those last 2 years, my back's always been so stiff. It's constantly causing me problems when I sleep. And I can get comfortable, but when it comes to the days I don't get comfortable, I can barely sleep. Exactly. And then I toss and turn, and my back feels like it needs to pop, and it doesn't.
So what happened?
Well, I got on this teeter, and my back finally popped.
So tonight it sorted it out?
Yes, my back feels great. It feels amazing. I feel so relaxed. It's brilliant. But I just did a little wiggle, as you said. I felt my hip pop, this huge pop in my back, and there's no pressure in it whatsoever. It feels brilliant.
That's the thing. So let's say I'm going to illustrate. I don't know what this is, but if you want to get that off, but it's upright and gravity's holding it in place, it doesn't really matter what you do. So if it's a knot in your back, for example,
exactly.
So obviously I'm oversimplifying here, but if you turn it upside down and you wiggle, then it can release.
That's the space it's creating, so that everything can go back in alignment.
Exactly.
But deadlifts, absolutely a brilliant exercise, but also one of the worst. Because what we do is we pull from the back as opposed to working through the legs and the glutes.
So it must be,
So to get that relief, temporary relief into your back must just feel incredible.
I'm getting one. And that's it. I mean, when you're doing a deadlift, when you hold all that pressure in, Where else is it going to go?
It's loading through the spine.
Exactly.
Also, because I know the old 6-pack and all of that. I've got an 82-pack. I'd love for you to be able to try the full inversion. I wouldn't recommend you do it now because you haven't got used to it yet.
Right.
And it is a unique experience the first time you do it.
But I'm learning very quickly as well.
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
But also for stretching, because presumably if you're doing deadlifts or if you're going for a run or whatever it is, walking
or just to physically decompress.
Yeah, but stretching is important, isn't it?
Let's just be realistic about the fact that, you know, even as a kind of fitness professional, how often do you warm up properly and how often do you stretch out properly?
I'll admit, I just go to the gym and I don't even stretch sometimes, and then I wonder why I hurt myself.
We go in, we train and we get out because we've given enough time to our training, and we don't have the time, and because generally it's boring.
I mean, when I go on the treadmill, I do a couple of little stretches, but I could see other people doing all of the, you know, and I'm like, I can't be faffed with all of that.
This is it. Whereas this small movement.
Is it instant stretch?
Yeah.
So even if you don't know how to stretch before you exercise,
you don't need to know lots of different stretches.
No.
What's happening?
That's it. You've now stretched. Yeah.
What's happening right now? So we're talking about the fact that we are decompressing the spine, so that you are getting that, you know, that lovely air, that space between the discs, between the vertebrae. But it's not just that area. What we're getting is stretching through the shoulders, through the neck, through the hip flexors. One of the, you know, if we're sitting along a lot, your hip flexors get really tight. They then pull on your spine and get you into that forward tilt position, which is then loading more on the discs and on the spine. So we're opening up into all these areas that we haven't thought about. Also through the front of the quads. Also ankles, knees and hips joints are getting opened up as well. So you're just getting so many kind of short-term benefits. And
I'm going to get you up because we're actually out of time. David, thank you very much for your story. I know you'll be using this around the backstage, and I know you do a lot of heavy lifting in this job, which you're now free to go.
But now I have everything to mitigate the pressure in my back.
There you go.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of that sentence. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Let's do it as well.
Thank you so much, David.
Thank you, guys.
Kelly, listen, we're almost out of time. The last one is in the ordering process. Someone is on the verge of checking out. So unless you run to the phones or you've got it in your basket and you can check out quicker, it's the last person who's going to get it. You're going to be so glad you did. So in the closing moments, I'll come back and say a proper goodbye to you afterwards, if that's all right. Because we're going to go back to the collagen, because that also is another must-have. Between the collagen and the teeter, you're set, darling.
Diane joins us. Now, your background is beauty. You were a beauty therapist for a number of years, and you still are, really.
Absolutely. So, background, yes, all about beauty, anything to do with skin and health and how we can treat the body and really look after the largest living organ. I mean, simple as.
Liquid collagen has blown me away.
Liquid collagen is, now we originally started to develop this just for skin, and then we had the benefits of it's amazing for not only skin, but for hair, for nails and for joints. So if you think about collagen, we know over 70% of the body, of the skin, is made up of collagen, but over 30% of the protein in the body is collagen.
Gosh.
And we'll deplete that year after year after year.
So that can be your joints, your ligaments.
Your joints, your ligaments, your tendons. Collagen is the building block of everything within the body.
And this is the depletion we're talking about.
And we see ourselves as we age, but we feel as we age as well, don't we?
And it might be something as simple as, you know, a roll over in bed isn't just a quick flip, or a get up from the couch isn't as easy as what it used to be. You go for a walk and you feel a bit stiffer, or you exercise and it takes you more than a couple of days to recover. So this collagen is great because it literally, you are going to take one shot per day for 10,000 milligrams of collagen.
Now that's important, the dosage, isn't it?
That's huge, absolutely. So really, there's lots of other collagen brands out there. Some of them might be 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. This is 10,000 milligrams and it's only one shot. Wow. That's the other beauty. And it's in a liquid formulation.
And it tastes great.
It tastes great.
I've got mine in my fridge. It tastes amazing. Every morning my body wants it.
Absolutely. And when you don't take it, that's when you know, don't you?
Isn't it amazing?
I find I'm more tired. So, you know, out and about a lot, if I miss a day or two, it's amazing how I notice my energy levels start to decline. But when I take it regularly, every day, you know, one of these bottles will last you 3 weeks, 20 days, and a 25ml shot each and every day.
Okay.
But for me, it's part of my morning routine. Wake up, open the fridge, out comes the milk for the coffee, out comes the collagen's taken, the kettle's on, it goes back, and I'm done. And it's the simplicity of it that is beautiful.
It is that super boost. Now, when it comes to advanced liquid collagen, it is about all those results. The flavour is gorgeous, but it's going to help with things like skin, hair, nails. There's so many benefits.
Absolutely. And this is the way, you know, topically, we're great at sort of working on the face area, maybe the hands, but we're not as great with the body skin, okay? This treats literally from the top of your head to the tips of your toes in one 25ml shot.
Because we notice the difference under our arms, don't we, as we age? our legs at top of your knees.
Exactly.
What goes on?
The texture changes, the skin changes. You're losing those fatty acids. The collagen is depleting. So this is a super simplistic way. Take one shot each and every day. And it's the 25ml. That's what gets me. It's that one little baby shot. The measuring cap comes literally as your measure. So the cap comes, it's included. Take one of those, but you are treating from up here down to the base of your tippy toes.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Beauty from inside out, but it's not just about your skin and your hair and your nails, it is about your joints as well. I've got mum onto this, she's in her 80s, her next birthday she's 86. It's never too late, is it, to make that difference?
It's never too late. I have a neighbour of mine who calls it his magic potion. Joe is 86 and he's like, I've run out of the magic stuff, Diane, where is it? And his wife Margaret, she's about 82, Margaret comes along, you got any magic potion? I've got magic potion for you. But I think it's that whole, if you find that you are feeling a little bit more stiff, if you just don't feel that you've got the energy you used to have, or maybe you're trying to recover from an operation, you know, sometimes, or you've been on like meds for lots of years, and sometimes your body just needs that boost. This is a great way, a healthy way, because it's packed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, so they're the most prolific and abundant in the body naturally. It's also got the gorgeous hyaluronic acid in there. Now, we love that for skin, but we also love it for joint mobility and motion. We've then got things like vitamin C. We've got B4, B5, B7, B6, B12. It is absolutely packed.
They're all vitamins we hear constantly our bodies should have, aren't they?
Totally. So all the vitamins are packed in here. We need obviously the vitamin C to help it get all around the system. But we've then got things like biotin. So with your hair, if you're struggling with fine hair, lots of breakage, perfect. If your nails feel really, really weak, I mean, I've laughed now, my nail girl is like, not again. Every 2 weeks she's like, do they need cutting again?
Why are they growing so quick?
Because they're growing so quickly, and she's literally like, no gel on you, you can only have polish these days, because it's just like, it's a super thickness. So it really is about, it's about strength, it's about sort of helping to repair and rebuild what's natural in the system through one single shot a day.
And it's, do you know what? The trouble, there is one problem with this this collagen. It tastes so good. I wish you could just have a glass of it. I mean, if you take more than, you know, a shot and a little bit extra, you know, if you did sort of 12 to 15,000 a day, the trouble with it is that you'd just be wasting it. It just will you just wee it out. So don't more is not more, if you know what I mean. Kelly Carey, a very happy birthday, many happy returns.
Very much.
Thank you officially, or should I do mwah?
Lovely way to celebrate it.
Yeah, you know, come and hang around at Shop on TV. I always say this whenever you're on the air, I want you back as much as we can possibly get you. So thank you for coming all this way. And I will see you tomorrow night with a great addition to the kitchen. Good night.